All right, good afternoon, gamers. It's your boy, Darren Mark Hameswin, here with Cosmic Flow's own Legion, my rival and competitor in the Avarosan Conference. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
How's it going?
All right, and he's back for part 2 of his casting debut. This morning he casted for Diamond for the first time. If anybody caught that, he did a wonderful job, and now he's back for more. But we're about to get into Week 5 of the GRLCS Fall 2019 split of Gold Division. Yes. And our first game of the day, but we'll go and highlight all the games of the day. We have Get Money Boys versus Gecko Slammer Armageddon for the first game. The second game, Team 623 / versus Big Fat Int. The third game of the day is the Mighty Ducks versus the Golden Crabs. And our last game of the day is going to be Return of the Millsticks versus Flex Gaming. Unfortunately, Kaiju Gaming did not send in their game file until a day after the patch, so it was too late. We couldn't get their game. But they won over FF15 Please this week. But let's go and get into our first game of the day, which is going to be GMB versus GSM. All right, let's do it. Let's go and introduce the teams. You want to start?
Sure. On the blue side, we have GMB, Emerus 3 in the top lane playing Shen, Creativity Yok in the jungle on Xinjiao, Lord Zotin mid lane Nocturne, spicy, I like it. And Marco Flavo and El Big Daddy in the bot lane playing Kaisa and Janna.
All right, and on the red side, we have GSM. In the top lane, we have Elzaco69 on Urgot. In the jungle, we have Panther 553212 on Zac. And in the mid lane, we have Seymour on Zoe. In the bot lane, we have Hog Levi's and Silver Spade 10 on Zaya and Pyke. And I believe this is the week where GSM Skipper has been banned from the league. So now Elzaco69 might be their new starting top laner. I don't know.
I believe you're correct about that, actually.
Yeah, if anybody from chat can confirm for me, but I know for sure that GSM Skipper has been banned from the league for impersonating a GR official. But Elzaco69, we'll see what he's made of. So let's go and highlight some of the players from GMB real quick. So Emery's 3 in the top lane is usually on this big split push bruiser, Renekton, what else has he played? Jax. So like these really strong split pushers, and it's really interesting this game that they put him on Shen. Because, Shen is not necessarily that big, super strong split pusher, although, you'll most often find him in the side lane because of his stand united.
Yeah, Shen can get big. He can bully early, but yeah, you're right. He's not playing this take over the game. The side lane becomes unplayable for anybody on the side of GSM. Yeah, not on that kind of character. Interesting to see what he does with it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see, how he can pull this off, because if he does pull this off, oh, never mind. Seymour being knocked up by Creativity Yok. Okay, yeah, something that you with your fresh perspective has brought to me is his name is Creativity Yok, not Creativity Yoke, as I've been saying for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sound it out.
Oh, Big Daddy almost gets stunned up. The Silver Spade not going to find anything. So I believe this is the second week that we've seen Silver Spade playing Pyke on stream, and Silver Spade, the big playmaking support for GSM, is going to find some success, especially into this Janna. Pyke versus Janna, super free lane for Pyke, just because Janna can't necessarily exert any pressure onto the Pyke. He can just walk up for free and threaten to hook whoever, and it's pretty much a one trade.
Yeah, it's the only outplay potential Janna really has. If the Pyke goes for something too close to tower and E's behind her, she can ult him into tower range. But that's about it. For the first 5 levels, this is Pyke's playground.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see both junglers now passing up towards the top side. Scuttlecrab about to spawn, and Creativity Yok getting first dibs on that one. As Panther finishes his Krugs, it does not look like he's going to be healthy enough to go for a gank, so he's probably going to end up going for a back, or maybe his Raptors camp that has been warded up by the side of GMB.
Yeah, especially just how fast Xinjiao clears in the early stages and how powerful he is early. I don't think Panther really wanted to contest Scuttlecrab to begin with. A little bit too low. I'm interested to see how Nocturne fares into Zoe. I can imagine having a spell shield is really nice against that champion, but I actually have not seen any Nocturne mid on stream.
Yeah, I've not seen any Nocturne mid as well. I don't know if it has been played in our league yet. It might be for the first time, but Seymour getting caught up here by Creative Yuck. He has the flash available, and Panther is in. He splashes in, zoops them together, and there's the damage coming out. Seymour forcing flashes from Lord Zone, and he's about to go down. That's first blood for GSM. Now Creative Yuck soon to follow, and he's also going down. The Zac Bloblet's not coming out quite yet. Oh, but Big Daddy now caught up by Silver Spade. We might see Levi's rotating up, and now Big Daddy is caught here. The hook not on cooldown, but coming up soon. The ward goes down. Big Daddy running to the sweet arms of his ADC, but he's not quite there yet. Big Daddy throws on the exhaust. Now Marco Flavos here forces Silver Spade to retreat.
Yeah, really good counter gank there coming out from Panther. As soon as the double knockup landed, I was cringing. I was like, oh, that's rough for them. That's probably a kill, but they ended up converting it into 2, so really nice understanding of their limits on that one.
Yeah, this is a really interesting jungle matchup just because both junglers are really strong gankers early, you know, with the Zac E and then the Q being able to set up the gank super well, and then just the Xin Zhao naturally with his early game prowess and his knockup. Something that Creative Yuck probably wants to focus on just a little bit more now that the early game is starting to tick away is looking for Panther in the jungle and dueling him, because Zac, although he's a great ganker in the early game, he's not the greatest duelist.
Definitely. I would love to see some counter jungling out of Xin Zhao. I would also like to see Panther with that extended range on the E revisit mid lane now that there are no flashes available. If Zoe is able to burn the spell shield on Lord Zoten, I think that's a kill.
Yeah, and especially now that Lord Zoten is approaching level 6, gonna have access to that paranoia, he's gonna be looking to roam to these other lanes, making a play in the bot lane perhaps, and relieving some of that pressure that Silver Spade is putting onto both members. And if you're able to keep him in the mid lane, you know, keep him grounded and, you know, keep him under tower, he's not gonna be able to do that. Then his only option is mid lane, and it's kind of predictable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and now Seymour taking a favorable trade on the Lord Zoten. And that's just why the mid Nocturne pick just isn't the greatest, even though the spell shield is pretty nice into the Zoe. He can get bullied pretty hard, and it's really hard to trade with him just because his trade windows are so small. But now he gets hooked back. Marco Flava gonna escape this one.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of something that was popular for a little while, is playing Kayn mid lane and taking blue form.
Hold on, the paranoia coming out, the Stand United going on to Lord Zoten. It looks like Seymour's in trouble. He gets taunted up and he's gonna go down. That's 1 kill for GMB. In the bot lane, we see a flash force from Big Daddy by Silver Spade.
Yeah, that's the combo for the Nocturne and the Shin coming online, both level 6. It's free every time that both ults are up.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we were just talking about. Seymour keeping Lord Zoten under tower, and that means that the only option for that paranoia is the mid lane. The side of GSM needs to be expecting that and respecting that, because, you know, if he's not going to any other lane, he's just going to kill your mid laner over and over again.
Going down the board, slight CS discrepancies in mid and bot, but they are on opposite sides, so it's kind of balancing out. The only gold lead really coming from the first blood and assists being able to be picked up for GSM.
Yeah, and a pretty considerable CS lead now building up for the bot lane for Levi's, 53 to 37, as both bot laners finish their back. That means that Marco Flava is going to pick up only a pickaxe and boots versus the BF sword and boots by Levi's.
Yeah, I've seen, after casting Diamond, I've seen this matchup in particular more than once. It's just people seem to be trading Kai'Sa for Xayah, and I think 1-1 on the day for that matchup, but definitely 2 of the strongest AD carries in the game right now, despite Xayah receiving nerfs recently.
Yeah, now Big Daddy getting hooked up here. The Aftershock has prop. He's going to get stunned up, and now Levi's is on the chase, doing the damage. Going to take him down. Silver Spade picks that one up, and now Marco Flavo's in retreat without his support, running back to his tower. We see Creativity Yacht coming in, though. He's going to decide to recall instead of going for this gank.
Yeah, that's just if you're Janna in that situation, you really just can't afford to walk up like that, especially when you're not 6 yet. You don't have that escape tool in the flash because it was already burned, and taking an aggressive stance on the wave was really just going to get you killed against Pyke.
Yeah, especially now that Silver Spade is level 6, El Big Daddy cannot walk up like that, and it's going to be really difficult for them to find anything. If they're going to be playing so aggressively like that. But if Creativity Yak is in the area, then they could definitely go for something, you know?
Yep. This CS discrepancy in bot lane is gonna keep getting bigger until I think Creativity Yak applies some pressure down there. In the straight 2v2, Marco Flavo and El Big Daddy don't really have that many options.
Yeah, and with the Paranoia now available to Stand United coming up fairly soon, we might see GMB looking for a play up onto the bot lane of GSM, just because, you know, with the Paranoia, with Stand United, with a gank from Creativity Yak, it's a guaranteed kill in a dragon at the very least.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're going to start looking towards, especially with the first dragon being an Infernal. Very important for both teams as they've got scaling ADCs. They want to pick up that objective. Arguably the best dragon in the game.
Yeah, the only thing better is that that early game Ocean, which does wonders for each and every one of your laners. But it looks like Panther and Seymour roaming back up, and there's going to be a back from Lord Zone. And it was very interesting because you saw Lord Zone and Creativity Yak roaming down, but not anything happened. Maybe because Emery's was pushed pretty much the tower. They wanted that Stand United available, perhaps.
Yeah, likely. And with no TP advantage for either side, it isn't like Elzacho can't follow the Stand United, so it wouldn't necessarily be a massive numbers disadvantage. And with Xayah Ultimate online, that maybe they just weren't thinking they could guarantee the kill.
Yeah, not only Xayah ult is online, but they have that depth from below. And hold on, Emery's gonna taunt up Elzago, taking a really favorable trade despite being down in CS, showing that Emery's, you know, still has some signs of life in this top lane here, being bullied out. It feels pretty bad as Shen and Urgot.
Yeah, it does. It's a difficult matchup for Shen early just because of the discrepancy in wave clear. Urgot can knock down that wave so much faster.
Yeah, but not if the enemy team comes in for the gank. Now Paranoia activated, Elzaco running away, uses the flash but will not get out. And now the top lane tower is on the eyes of GMB.
I really like how GMB is asserting all the globals and semi-globals
Panther
they
goes
have.
in, uses the Let's Bounce. Emery's going low. Lord Zoden is there, a little too close to tower, and he's going to start taking tower a little bit. Panther's the only one there, 1v3, trying to save the tower, making the play. Creativity Yak goes back in, and there's the Let's Bounce once again, but he might just go down, gets taunted up. Emery is saving his jungler here, but it's just one hit from anybody. The TP coming out, Emery's getting yoinked back in, but Panther going low. Now the Cell division coming out from Panther. Shout out to JP on that one. And now in the bot lane, there's a big duel coming out. Exhaust goes out on the Levi's, and just nothing's gonna happen yet. But just chaos all around the map. But Panther jumps in. He's looking for something. We see Emery's going for the back, and there's the flash, the spell shift from Lord Zone. They're on the run. He's on the chase, but Panther will not find anything.
I think it was good. I was worried about Panther going in for that 1v3 before I saw the teleport coming in, but I think that last elastic slingshot and especially the flash was just a little bit of an overcommit. You weren't gonna necessarily find anything off of that.
Yeah, Silver Spade forces the Stand United from Emery's, and that means the top lane tower might just go down. Elzaco with that Urgot shotgun knees doing so much damage. Seymour now rotated up. We're gonna see Lord Zone and Creativity Yak having to respond, but that might just be first turret for GSM.
Yeah, I think Shen was a little overly scared of the Pyke ultimate coming in. He didn't quite know that Janna was there and capable of healing the Kai'Sa, so they do lose tower off of that.
Yeah, not only that, but I believe the depths from below cuts through shields, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure exactly what the Stand United would do if, you know, Marco Flavo was already in execute range.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't actually think about that.
Oh, taunt goes on to Silver Spade. He's caught out now. Now gonna just go down and Dragon secured for GMB.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Pyke was looking for, sticking around while his jungle was on the top side of the map. That's a dragon you kind of just have to give over in that scenario. You trade it for top tower, because all of your pressure is on the top side of the map, and the Stand United has already used bot.
Yeah, and now we see both teams rotating up towards this Rift Herald. Lord Zone might get caught out here. Uses the spell shield a little bit too early. Now he's caught out by the enemy. Team Paranoia comes out. He goes on to Seymour, not going to find anything. The Rift Herald has been aggroed. Now going to reset. Now Seymour putting a lot of pressure on this mid lane here as the rest of his team starts up the Rift Herald.
Yeah, they're just trading kind of back for the objective gained in the bot lane off of the Infernal Dragon. They're going to pick up this Rift Herald. I'm interested to see where they go with it, because the typical call would be to go mid, but I think bot tower is actually lower, and if they chose to only send one person down to channel it, they could pressure mid and get bot tower at the same time.
Yeah,
we'll see what they take.
Yeah, Panther is the one who's going to pick that up, going to return to his jungle instead. GSM not opting to use that Rift Herald immediately, which might be a wise call if they do decide to go for that bot lane turret, as you said. The turret plating has dropped. It's 15 minutes and 8 seconds in the game, and both teams starting to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, and for 15 minutes in, this is a pretty sizable gold lead for GSM. They're winning out on CS in the bot lane. They're winning out on CS in
Zone's gonna
mid,
get
top.
drowsied. He's about to get CC'd and taken down. Let's Bounce coming out. Creativity Yoke is in the area looking for the counter again, going on to Seymour, but he's in trouble. Has to use the ultimate to get out. He's gonna get chunked just a little bit, and Panther looking for more. He's just one hit, and he's not gonna go down quite yet. But Silver Spade is in the area. He's looking for more, looking for the hook, and finding the depth from below onto Creativity Yoke. Now using it on the Marco Flavo to get out, looking for the hook, not gonna channel and finish it. But that was an excellent gank from Panther there. Creative Yoke trying to find the counter gank, getting revenge for earlier in the game, but just not having it.
Yeah, I think that was maybe a little bit of aggressive positioning from Lord Zoten, especially with no vision on where Zach was at the time.
Yeah, it was a little bit ambitious, but Marco Flavor gonna get hooked up. We'll see if Silver Spade goes in here. Not going to do it, but Hawk Levi's on the chase and does not find the feathers to root anybody, but they're gonna get
Xayah
chunked
just
out.
does so much damage with early Essence Reaver. That item being finished up, much more powerful than the raw Manamune.
Ooh, the
unbuffed.
Paranoid comes out onto Levi's. He's going to use the Featherstorm and try to get out. Stand United is here. Now Marco Flavo channels the Killer Instinct, but right into the arms of Levi's. He's going to almost take him down, but now Levi's is in trouble. We see Panther jumping in with Elastic Slingshot, but he's in trouble. Silver Spade looking to go back in, but not finding anything. The rest of the members of GSM are in the top lane here and pushing that in.
Yeah, it felt like GSM wanted to go for something more on the bot lane, but when they realized that their mid laner had rotated to top, that TP is actually going to be wasted trying to save that tower. That is a really big advantage lost.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage that now the Stand United is not available as well as the TP. Emery's just forced into the bot lane here. The Rift Herald being channeled and Silver Spade and Panther pushing this one in. However, the rest of GMB should be in the area fairly soon to be able to stop this Rift Herald push. The Elastic Slingshot goes in. Panther not going to commit to this dive quite yet. They're just trying to save Shelly some time and grab that tower, but not going to go down.
Yeah, overall, Nocturne gets outscaled by Zoe pretty heavily, in my opinion, and Xin Zhao is going to become
Seymour
eventually less used. That's how that interaction works?
Yeah, apparently the Ignite lasts
I
longer
did not know
than the
that.
Xin Zhao ultimate, so you know, the Ignite coming from an outside damage source outside that little circle where only he can take damage inside that circle. You know,
I don't see that much Xin Zhao, so that one was new to me.
Ooh, wait, Marco Flavo gets caught up by the Drowsy, his team now having the block. Now GMB holding that mid lane inner turret as the rest of GSM starts to move into the area.
No, but what I was going on to say was I believe if GMB is capable of absorbing the pressure coming into the mid game, 3-item Kaisa is a match for Xayah of similar items. So that with the Stand United and the utility coming out of the Paranoia, then
Wait,
GMB
Panther
can
going
definitely
in with the
defend
Let's
this.
Bounce. He finds 2 members, and now they're going in. The Paranoid coming out onto Levi's. He's going to use the Featherstorm, try to get out of this one, but now the chains come in. Zako not going to channel that, finish it, but Creative Yaki's going to live. Now Seymour's on the side, lands the Drowsy on Marco Flava, now looking for the Execute. He's going to not find enough damage, but Lord Zonen's caught him out now. Seymour's in trouble. He's running for his life. Marco Flava on the chase, Lord Zonen on the side. He's going to almost take down Lord Zonen. The spell shield comes out, and he's going to finish him. He's going to get the kill and trade his life.
Really quick thinking there to go on to Lord Zoten, a little bit easier to kill with Janna being so close to Marco Flavo, wasn't able to get back onto the Kaisa, just having quite enough to finish Lord Zoten on the end of that.
Yeah, Emery's now on the chase, not going to find anything except this Cloud Dragon. Probably going to go over the GMB if they decide to start it. Panther is exceptionally low, but they're going to decide to go for this Krugs camp instead. No big deal.
Yeah, I think in this, GMB just wants to give Kaisa a little bit of space to farm and stack up her Manamune. 2-item Kaisa with stacked Manamune is exceptionally powerful, and if given an opening, can possibly carry them in these team fights.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that Lord Zonen's online, he's doing a ton of damage. He's a huge threat to Levi's on the Zion. Despite Levi's doing all this damage, if he gets engaged on at the beginning of the fight, it's just not going to happen. We saw this earlier, I believe in week 1, where the Mighty Ducks played Return of the Middle Sticks, I believe. Yeah, and with Scrambles on the Nocturne, he found the engage onto the ADC, I believe it was Tall Guy, every time, and they just slowly fought their way back in the game despite being at a gold deficit. Now we see the Elastic Slingshot being channeled. We'll see. Yeah, he's going to take that one in, and now he's looking for more. The Let's Bounce coming out, and he's going to get feared up. Not going to find anything quite yet, but the Paranoia comes out, going to save him. The interesting flash there, trying to find anybody. Since the Paranoia blinding the vision of GSM, they're going to might return to the Baron.
I think that's definitely what they're looking for. Absolutely strong enough to do it here. We'll see if there's any sort of contest coming out from GMB. Paranoia is down, and this Baron is dropping quite quickly.
Yeah, the Baron is now almost going down. Creativity not quite in the area, but the Stand United is available. They're going to have to commit to this if they want to contest, but Seymour zoning away. Creativity Yok, Silver Spade going to dash out to distract them for quite a little bit, surviving some time, and the Baron is secured by GSM, and now the fight breaks out. The Featherstorm comes down the other side, Killer Instinct. Marco Flavo not going to find anything. He might just go down right here. Yes, he will, and now El Zacco doing damage on the side. Emery's go down next. Lord Zonen the next target, and that's going to be an ace for GSM.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about in that engagement, but the one thing I do want to highlight is Marco Flavo actually ended up using his ult early to counter the first hit of Featherstorm, instead of using it to dodge the root coming out from Xayah's feathers once the ult had ended, and that's what ended up getting him killed. He actually would have been able to take Levi's out had he played that a little bit differently.
Yeah, just a little bit differently, and that's what all these fights come down to, just ADC versus ADC pumping out that damage. The engaged tanks are just the engaged tanks, they're all that they are, but once you find the damage from the ADC, that makes all the difference, and Levi's just outplaying Lord Zone. I'm sorry, Marco Flava, but there's a big fight breaking out, the Let's Bounce coming out. The Monsoon not going to save anybody, El Baghdadi's in trouble now, gonna go down, Emery's in trouble, looking for more, and they're gonna find him. Marco Flava now caught in the front line, he's gonna go down, and GSM might just look to end the game here.
Yeah, I think so. They're just a little bit too split up and a little bit too far behind to defend this one. That's going to be the FF coming out.
Yeah,
really clean game from GSM.
Yeah, GSM playing that exceptionally well, and you know, hats off to them. They deserve that one, because even though they mostly controlled the early game, they were able to convert that lead without their you know, superstar top laner Skipper into a big win.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was really nice. I have a feeling, pending changes, that we're going to see a lot more Xayah being banned. It seems it seems really oppressive in all of the games that I've watched, no matter what division you're playing in.
No, yeah, absolutely. Xayah, one of the top ADCs of this meta right now. And looking at the EU Masters meta, we're looking at, Mage's bot lane and then, the Kai'Sa, the Xayah, maybe like the Lucian, Draven if you're hopeful that you can smash the early game. But
Or if you're Hansama.
yeah, or if you're Han Sama, but he's not competing.
Not in that tournament.
Yeah, not in the EU Masters, but we might see the Worlds meta just turn out to be just that, the Kai'Sa Xayah, the Lucian Draven, and then just mages after that. But we're going to go ahead and take a break and head into our second game of the day, which is going to be Team 623 / versus Big Fat Int. Don't go anywhere. All right, hello and welcome back to Fall 2019 GRLCS. Yeah, Gold Division Week 5, and in our first game of the day, we saw GSM take down GMB in a convincing fashion. Now, continuing their undefeated streak and moving GMB to 1-4. Yes, yeah, 1-4. And now we move on to our second game of the day, which is going to be Team 633 / versus Big Fat Int. And Team 633 / sitting at 2-2, looking for to save their spots for playoffs. But Big Fat Int at 0-4, gonna have to make a miracle run.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see what they can come up with in the coming weeks and what they can show us in this game.
Yeah, very excited to see what Big Fat Int does, changing up their playstyle or just doing anything to try to save the game, save their playoffs run. And they really only just need to win, I believe, 4 matches in a row. No big deal. They can do it.
Yeah, totally. I have absolute faith in them. Do we want to go ahead and introduce the teams?
Yeah, on the blue side, we have Big Fat Int. In the top lane, we have iTumbo on Darius. In the jungle, we have Villananners on Kha'Zix. In the mid lane, we have J Werewolf on Echo. In the bot lane, we have Beepots and Maxian on Ezreal and Leona.
And on the red side, we've got Team 63 / Siren in the top lane playing Singed. Jobero in the mid lane, I believe, playing Cassiopeia. Got I'm Heimel in the jungle playing Rek'Sai. And Vid and Seeger's Funky Mama in the bot lane playing TF. And I might be... Oh, so okay. So Siren is actually in the support role as Singed.
Yes.
With Vid playing TF 80 carry.
Yeah, possibly, but it looks like Vid's gonna be mid. I'll switch that around as soon as we figured this out. But yeah, it looks like Jobero's gonna be playing bot's lane, for now.
Okay, so it's bot lane Cassiopeia. There are so many picks in this game that can be flexed around between different roles. I've seen a lot of Cassiopeia bot, but I'm also a fan of TF8DC, so.
Yeah, so it looks like a bit of a role change from the side of Team 63 /. Usually Seagar's Funky Mama will be ADC, Heimel will be top lane, Vid will be support, and Jobera mid lane, and Siren in the jungle. So pulling out all the stops for this game, confusing the enemy team. I like it. It's a bold strategy. Now let's highlight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they perform off roles since everybody has swapped around.
Yeah, we'll see. Seagar's Funky Mama, I believe he plays a lot of Alawi, so this will be interesting. He's gonna do pretty well into the Darius, I believe, but Jobero finding that level 2 power spike. Siren flashing in, finds Maxian, but Maxian's just gonna get out, proccing that Aftershock, becoming so tanky. No Summoner spells having to be burned.
Yeah, this will be interesting. They're running, I believe, double grounded bot lane. In the form of Cassiopeia Singe with the adhesive and the miasma. Getting flip into adhesive into miasma feels really bad if you're Ezreal in particular, because you just can't E. You don't get to jump.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see, those combos. Not only is it a double grounded bot lane, but it's obviously the double poison bot lane. As soon as you get a take of poison from the Cassia or the... Hold on, J Werewolf in trouble getting it. Flash on. Gonna force the flash away, and J Werewolf barely gets out with his life.
I didn't actually see if he did or not, but it looked like J Werewolf actually was able to E the flash knockup from I'm Heimel. Either that or I'm Heimel just slightly miscalculated the range. Wasn't quite sure, but either way, he will be able to get away from that game.
Yeah, but I'm Heimel gonna find Villananners now, but he is isolated. The damage going down, but Heimel's winning this one. Gonna go burrow, gonna not find anything. Gonna go down as first blood instead. Now Vid flashes in, goes in for this one. Flash forced from Villananners, and J Werewolf's gonna take that one for himself. And now Siren getting traded on. He has a spell with these edge. He's not as tanky as he could be. He's gonna get flashed on and almost taken down. That's Maxian picking up the kill for his team.
Yeah, it looked like the miscommunication between Jobero and Siren. Jobero didn't have enough mana to really follow up on Siren going in for that flip.
Yeah, not quite, but you know, Siren playing really aggressively on the Singed pick, it's what he needs to do in this matchup. Because he took the Spelthy's Edge, he has to be able to get that gold generation, so I like it, but he has to definitely pick his windows.
Definitely. And as you predicted, Itumbo just kind of getting bullied up here into this Alawi. Kind of a bit of a rough matchup for Darius. Isn't necessarily post 6. Itumbo can look for windows to beat out Alawi and dodge around some of the tentacles during the ult, but definitely pre-6 it does get rough.
Yeah, it is going to be rough for Itumbo now, just trying to pick up whatever EXP and CS he can under tower without getting bullied out too hard by Seagar's Funky Mama. Yeah, we'll see how much of he picks up 1 out of the entire wave. So if he keeps this up, a really huge CS lead is going to surmount for Seagar's Funky Mama.
Already he's down about 2 waves, maybe 2.5 waves, and engage in the mid lane.
Yeah, just a short trade for now. Let's talk about the Echo versus Twisted Fate matchup, though. You know, Twisted Fate typically doesn't do too well into Assassins, but what's your take on it?
It kind of depends on whether or not TF is able to keep J Werewolf at arm's length. If he's able to stay away from basically the only thing you absolutely cannot let Echo get off is the 3rd proc of his passive. The movement speed and the extra damage gets really problematic. And the other problem is TF doesn't really have any kill pressure in this lane. Not that TF usually does, but...
Yeah, but Villainator is looking for the gate now. Jobert and Siren are overextended. Jobert's going to go down first as the first target. Now Siren running for his life. Procs the Ghost, gonna get out. Yeah, Villainator sitting on that ward for a while, and you know, it was control warded, so Jobert and Siren had no idea.
Yeah, they don't have any division. They don't have any vision down here for defense, and they had no clue it was coming.
Yeah, now Vid's the target of the next gank, but the counter gank coming in from Heimel not going to come in soon enough. He's going to knock a Villainators, but for no reason. Maxian catching out Siren, he's going to go down as well, and that's 6-0 for Big Fat Int.
Yeah, Siren walking a little bit too close to that wave, and Kha'Zix's just doing what Kha'Zix does. He runs directly from the bot lane gank straight into a mid lane gank, and early, Big Fat Int is kind of just running circles around them.
Yeah, and this is so surprising. Big Fat Int, the last place team right now for Gold Cap, but this is a new version of Big Fat Int. We haven't quite seen this early game aggression before from this team, and it's very surprising, but this is exactly what they need if they're going to make it to playoffs.
Definitely. If they can keep converting on these early game advantages, then they actually have a comp that does really, really well in the mid game. Echo has a strong power spike, Ezreal has a really strong 2-item power spike, and Kha'Zix, if he gets ahead, is really oppressive before people start picking up defensive items.
Yeah, it does not look like Heimel's having quite the impact that Villainators is in the jungle, but Seagar's Funky Mama might go down here, the ultimate used, but he's gonna take Itumbo down instead. Seagar's Funky Mama picks up a solo kill for himself.
Something I saw in Diamond in a top lane matchup, or it might have been a mid lane matchup. It was Pantheon into Vladimir, but Pantheon actually first itemed the Executioner's Calling. I would kind of like to see something similar out of Itumbo here. If he gets, because it is any physical damage, if he gets that proc off, then the anti-healing might be enough for him to take Seagar's Funky Mama down, even in the ultimate.
Yeah, now he comes back with the Ninja Tobbies completed, as well as that long sword. Now slowly coming back to the lane with that Jarm's Fist and the pickaxe, as well as the Ruby Crystal from Seagar's Funky Mama is really going to hurt. He's going to get a really early... Shoot, what is that? I believe that's a Sterix Gauge he's going for.
I think you're right with those items. I don't think it could be anything else.
Yeah, so he's looking for that early Sterix Gauge, and he's pretty darn close to completing it. You know, just sitting on that Ruby Crystal, and you know, just one more kill or just a few more waves, and he'll have it.
And despite the fact that it is 6-1. The gold is relatively even. We see that coming out from several CS discrepancies.
Yeah, and
Top lane
Heimel
and gank.
finding a gank onto Itumbo, gonna force the flash after the chilling smite goes down. Now Itumbo's in trouble. The wave is being frozen on Seagar's Funky Mama's, towards his tower. And if Seagar's Funky Mama decides to, graciously push that in, that'd be great, and he is. But that could have been really bad. He would have to overextend without a flash, and a flashless Darius might as well be the dead Darius.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the item differential in top lane right now. It's just taking so much poke from this Alawi.
Yeah, fortunately, Itumbo has the TP available, so once he gets a little bit too low, he could back and then, TP back. But Villanair's here looking for the kill, and there's the Solar Eclipse onto Jobert. Jobert's gonna go down. Now Siren gonna get stunned up. Maxian gonna retreat. And an excellent gank from Villanair's. That's another one.
Yeah, that was a really nice line gank. Just running through the gap
Siren
in the
might
bush
go down.
with.
He's gonna flash the True Shot
flash.
Barrage. Oh my goodness.
That was actually pretty close. I think would have caught him if he had not flashed.
Yeah, most definitely. The flash saved his life, and Villanair is going on to Vid now. Vid almost gonna get taken down. Heimel's in the bot lane now. Bpot's gonna use the Arcane Shift and get away. Seagar's Funky Mama is such a bully, just grabbing Itumbo under tower, doing as much damage to him as he can, and trying to force out that TP in the back.
Definitely. That is something I like to see a lot out of Kha'Zix is lane gank post 6 is stealthing the gap in between the bushes if you've already cleared vision. It's a really easy way to get in undetected and definitely catches Jobero off guard.
Yeah, Itumbo now under tower once again, but Villanair's is in the area. He's gonna hop over that blast gun, but get spawned by that ward in the river. The ward's about to go down, but Itumbo has the TP available. We'll see if they decide to go on Seagar's Funky Mama, but it seems like he's gonna play it safe and head back to his tower.
I would assume that Dragon is going to be the next big objective for this team, and currently, I think the early Dragon fight actually favors blue team pretty heavily here, just based on the advantages they've been able to pick up. Sheen and Manamune finished on Ezreal. Those Qs are gonna start to chunk pretty heavily.
Yeah, and J-Werewolf picking up his first big power spike from that Hex Tech Protobell is going to be huge for this next Dragon fight. The Dragon now spawning in 14 seconds. We don't see either jungler we see Villanair's pathing towards the bot side, but Aimel is on the top side right now, perhaps spotting out that Rift Herald that he might have eyes on, deciding to trade it, because as you said, there is that Dragon fight advantage right now for the side of Big Fat Ints, so perhaps he's trying to give that one, but now both junglers pathing towards the bot side.
Yep, and they're actually going to start this one up. They are sitting on a ward that was not cleared, so they're aware of this, but they
but the TP comes out a little bit late. The Dragon has already been taken, and now Heimel going in for the kill. Gonna knock Maxian up, but Siren's running all around the fight, and this one's all 63. Bpot's having to use the Arcane Shift to escape, but that's a really huge fight for 63. They lose the Dragon, but pick up the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think Big Fat Int was expecting them to TP in there. After the Dragon was secured, they all kind of scattered in different directions. Bot lane went back to bot, mid headed back to mid, and they just weren't prepared for that TP in.
Yeah, and did not seem like Big Fat Int necessarily had the best target selection in that fight as well, spreading their damage out across multiple members rather than bursting one person out. Siren doing a lot of damage in that fight, kind of the unsung hero, but running all around and proccing his poison on each of the targets so that Jobero could land the Twin Fangs onto whoever he wants.
Yeah, definitely. And that combo in particular is just going to get more and more potent as the game goes on. As long as there are poisoned targets, Cassiopeia is a complete menace.
Yeah, and now we see both teams starting to slow down a little bit. The Rift Herald is the next available objective, and turret plating about to drop in 15 seconds. Does not look like either team is going to make a play to get that last bit of turret plating that they can. And then we see Heimel on the bot side putting pressure while Jobero's in base.
Yeah, it's It's mostly CS that's keeping the gold lead for 63 backslash, particularly in the top lane. It's not just the 40 CS advantage. It's also the fact that Seeker's Funky Mama has that kleptomancy that's giving him a bunch of extra gold. So I would imagine a lot of the gold advantage for 63 backslash is on that side.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Heimel is getting caught out by Villainary. He's gonna go, yeah, he's gonna go unstoppable, but go down. The ultimate now unavailable for Heimel. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Seagar's Funky Mama looking for a trade on the Itumbo. The ultimate comes out from Seagar's Funky Mama. Itumbo's in trouble. He's gonna look for the dunk, but not gonna find it quite yet. And now Seagar's Funky Mama gonna pick up another solo kill for himself.
Yeah, it's difficult to just take the losing trade, but in that scenario, you kind of just gotta let that fight go as soon as Illaoi burns the ultimate.
Yeah, and Villainere's picking up one in the jungle, but Itumbo going down in return. Just so much pressure being put onto the bot side of the map of Big Fat Int because of this, you know, the Cassio singed bot lane. It's only natural that they should be playing towards that side, and Villanere is doing an excellent job pressuring that bot side of the map.
Yeah, it definitely is, and now that top lane tower has gone down, I'm wondering if we might see a lane swap coming out, or if they're just going to leave Illaoi in top lane, pick up Rift, and just keep bullying out that matchup, because Illaoi, you know, she's not as susceptible to ganks as some other top laners. In fact, some Illaoi mains welcome them.
Yeah, absolutely. That Illaoi pick can turn, you know, that 2v1 into, you know, 2 kills for herself. And it's just a really excellent pick to thwart ganks and thwart engages, especially. And from the side of, Big Fat Ints, that's honestly all they want to do in these fights. They want to be able to run in and take down a target if they find these 5v5s. But ideally, they should be looking for these picks. They cannot take these 5v5s, especially with the Illaoi there, and Jobero and Cyrene doing so much, and you know, from their side of the map.
Definitely. A little bit late on the play in bot side. We'll allow that tower to go down in favor of Big Fat Int, and I wonder when these teams are going to start looking towards this Rift Herald. It's really the only objective up on the map
but
right now.
Cyrene flashes in, looking for something, not going to find it. He's not tanky enough. Gonna flip Beepot's back, and he's gonna dodge that, but not gonna find anything. Solar Eclipse goes down. Jobero's in trouble. Maxine on the chase, and Beepot's gonna pick that one up for himself. Now 4-0-2 on that Ezreal.
Yeah, a little bit ambitious there from the bot lane of 63 backslash. Could have gone differently had Jobero landed the petrifying gaze in
Heimel's here gonna flash in and not find Beepots, and now Beepots.
Speaking of ambitious,
yeah, that's very ambitious, and now Heimel forced to retreat back to his tower. I'm gonna take it back now. Now, so Villanere is in position for that Mountain Dragon. Beepots is going to back, however. So the Mountain Dragon's not going to go down quite so soon. But since they're playing that bot side of the map, you know, Dragons would naturally play into their hands. However, with the strength of Seagar's Funky Mama on the top side of the map, I really want to see 63 look for that Rift Herald. It's 18 minutes now. They have about a minute left to be able to take that. And it'd be really great. But Cyrene's sitting on a ward right here.
Yeah, and for the purpose of 63 backslash, they actually, I think, want Rift Herald more than they want this Mountain Dragon. So they might look to let Mountain Dragon go and trade it for this. Yeah, they've already started.
Yeah, the Rift Herald has been started up, and it looks like 63 is gonna finish this one out. Nobody quite there to contest. The True Shot Barrage coming out a little bit early. That's gonna be secure for Team 63 backslash, just as we were talking about. And meanwhile, on the bot side of the map, we see Big Fat Int posturing for this Mountain Dragon, but they're not gonna be able to trade it.
Yeah, instead of going directly towards the mountain when they had the information on Rift Herald, instead they moved Ezreal up to try and contest the Rift Herald and maybe get a steal. I feel like they kind of lost out on that map play.
Yeah, both teams making some really ambitious plays, but now the Dragon has been started up a bit. Big Fat and Beepot's getting caught out here by Heimel. The TP coming out. Beepot's going low. Solar Eclipse is going to stun him up, but that's going to be the execute from Heimel. Meanwhile, on the other side, Maxine caught out, running for his life into the enemy jungle. Not going to be able to get out of this one. It's only a matter of time now before Cybrain takes him out. Jobert is going to pick that one up for himself. Now the rest of Big Fat in trying to save this Dragon that they were going to start, but the tides have turned, and now it's 63's time.
Oh, poor Villananners gets hit by 1E, loses 2/3 of his health bar. The fun of Alawi.
Yeah, the fun of a really fed Alawi. He's
particularly fed.
Yeah, he has the Death Dance and Sterix Gauge at nearly 20 minutes. That's insane for Alawi. Now Cyrain running away. Jay Werewolf gonna decide not to chase out this one. Villananners is getting low. Cyrain might look for this here.
Yeah, they've traded towers once again on the map, but this bot lane has Rift Herald in it. It's gonna get another charge off, and 63 backslash is not slowing down.
Yeah, now 63.
And just as I say that, they slow down.
Yeah, but it's that caster curse. As soon as we say something, they're gonna do something else. Just like how we talked about the Rift Herald, we talk about now the Rift, the bot lane, and they're gonna have to back off of this one. But now 63 forced to, stop their tempo a little bit. They're forced to slow down because they have no more objectives on the map to get so easily, except that Baron, but it's quite early. But Seaguar's Funky Mama about to turn this one around. Itumbo going low, about to get taken out, but Beepot's doing damage. Seaguar's Funky Mama gonna take him down, and he's gonna get shut down instead. Beepot picks up another kill for himself.
The Alawi finally falls. I feel like that was that could have gone well for him had he maybe gone a little bit harder for Darius in the beginning and just taken the kill instead of trying to turn it onto the Ezreal. But definitely an interesting call to be out that far into mid lane with the rest of your team resetting.
Yeah, so something we didn't touch on is, Vid went the AD TF route with the Kleptomancy rather than the traditional AP route. And this is a build that has been really popular for a bit now, most popularly played by Nemesis on Fnatic. And what do you make of this? Do you think it's a good idea to go the ADTF instead of the AP here?
I like it in this team comp specifically because of the bot lane that they're running. Cassiopeia, Singed, obviously a lot of magic damage, lacking the traditional AD carry role. Kind of can be substituted by TF, not in a hyper carry position, but as utility definitely, and is providing some attack damage to this team comp. So I think it's a pretty good decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he's sitting in the mid lane, pressuring and clearing waves, but I'd really like to see Vid rotate over to the side lane here. He has the, let's figure it out. He has the Destiny. Cyrain getting caught here. He's going to get stunned up by Maxi, and the Solar Eclipse not going to stun him up, but he's going to go low. The Ignite comes out, and Jobert looks for the stun. The True Shot Barrage going to take Cyrain.
Oh, that you hate to see it. He runs back into it, mispredicting where Ezreal's True Shot Barrage was going to go.
Yeah, now we see Villananners coming out on the backside, but Seaguar's Funky Mama is strong. I don't know if they want this one. They're rotating Maxine
I don't
down.
think they want this, yeah.
Seaguar's Funky Mama spots out Villananners. He's going to go low, below half health at this point, and he's going to get chunked. He might just go down, force supply away. This bug going to go bye-bye pretty soon, but now Seaguar's Funky Mama might get caught here. The rest of the team is on the way, and Villananners going to get taken down. Thank you, camera, for letting me know that one. And now Jay Werewolf going to use the ultimate to come back into the fight. Seaguar's Funky Mama doing so much damage at the triple kill for Seaguar's Funky Mama.
Big Fat Int just refuses to not fight in the Alawi ult. They must really think that it doesn't, or they must be really misunderstanding or misrepresenting how much damage it actually does at this point. 6-1 and 3 on the Alawi.
Bbots takes down. He's what? Bbots,
No way.
what was that?
That's not real. They didn't let that happen. And they're getting advantages on the bot side tower. What?
So 63 decides to two-man the Baron, but Bbots comes in, lands the True Shot Barrage, takes down Heimel, and steals the Baron for himself.
I'm in shock. I have no words.
I'm so surprised. What?
Really good presence of mind by Bpots to even check the Baron. I'm pretty sure 63 backslash had all of the vision in the world on that side of the map. I'm not sure exactly what Bpots was even doing there, but really good stroke of luck or exceptional game sense. You decide.
Yeah, we'll let the viewers decide on that one. And yeah, now 63 kind of in trouble. Now the Baron is on the side of Big Fat Int. The Dragon coming up soon in 20 seconds, and it looks like 63 has position on this one.
Definitely. They don't just have position. There's actually contested. Oh, never mind. There is contested vision in the Dragon Pit. It's going to be cleared out now by Big Fat Int. But with the Baron buff on multiple members, I would like to see Big Fat Int try to push an advantage anywhere Alawi isn't. Just spread the map out a little bit and let the Baron minions do your work.
Yeah, and it looks like they find Siren, but Siren is a fast Singe, and you do not want to chase him. Seaguar's Funky Mama gonna pull J Werewolf in. Wait, hold on. B-Pots is in trouble. Heimel flashes in, but they're going to turn on to him. The ultimate comes out from Heimel, but he's going to get taken down. And meanwhile, Jobero flashes in, looking for more. There's a lot of damage coming out from Seaguar's Funky Mama. The ultimate has already come out at this point, and they're going to take the dragon instead.
Now, Heimel Chase is a little bit too far, but the health advantages will not allow Big Fat Int to contest that Infernal Drake.
Yeah, and now it looks like 63 playing pretty aggressive after picking up that dragon. They have all the momentum in the world that they need right now. Itumbo just happily pushing in that top lane as Seaguar's Funky Mama starts to rotate over. He's not going to be so happy anymore.
No, he's actually, he sells it out. He's just going to take his reset on this one and let Alawi clear wave.
Yeah, very wisely. As we said, Big Fat Int just has to play wherever Seaguar's Funky Mama is not, because that is one fed Alawi, and they can't really do anything about that. It looks like he's about to pick up a Trinity Force as his third item.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting, opting for a little bit more aggressiveness in the build than is traditionally seen. We'll see if that comes back to bite him.
Yeah, it seems like he has to play more for these team fights than for the side lane, which might benefit from the Trinity Force being built. But there are other items that synergize pretty well with Alawi's kit. And Siren gonna get caught out. Yeah, Siren, I don't.
Yeah, he's out here. I'm not. I like throwing the word ambitious around a lot, but I'm not sure it really applies to that situation.
Yeah, and Seaguar's Funky Mama getting caught out here. The rest of Big Fat Int collapsing. The Seaguar's Funky Mama doing so much damage. He's going to take one, looking for more. Villanair's in trouble, but he's going to get shut down finally. And that's a kill for Villanair's.
Being able to trade 1-for-1 is kind of a guarantee with the Alawi ult. But good on him for actually executing that. And we'll see what... It is okay, so he's 100% confirmed on the Trinity Force. Those aren't two components of two different items. It's a low percentage, but I was hoping, because I'm not the hugest fan of this build, but we'll see how he plays it. But like you said, I would like to see him join the team fights now that he is committed to this more damage-oriented team fight build.
Yeah, now he picks up the Chain Vest, might go for the Gargoyle Stone Plate perhaps, which would be an interesting pickup. Maybe even the Dead Man's Plate. We'll see what he finally ends up picking up at the end. Yeah, the Dead Man's Plate would help because, he wouldn't be able to be kited as easily anymore, especially by B-Pots on this Ezreal. Kind of the saving grace of his team. But Siren getting caught out. Siren now going to flash out, going to get slowed up. B-Pots on the chase, going to land another Q. True Shot Barrage comes out, not going to finish that one, though. Siren gets out with his life.
Speaking of not being able to or being able to kite, double Rylai's Crystal Scepter coming in for the bot lane of 63 backslash. That is just so annoying to play into.
Yeah, it is really annoying to play into. And now Seaguar's Funky Mama looking for Itumbo. It looks like Villanair's is coming around as well as Maxi, and oh my goodness, Vid gets chunked out.
Yeah, it definitely takes quite a bit of damage there. One thing that ADTF really needs to thrive is a lot of peel. If he gets jumped on and locked down, he has very few escape options beyond flash. He is sitting on a stopwatch, has been for a while now. See if he can make some plays with that in an upcoming team fight.
Yeah, the thing is, he just isn't building the same CD. No, he is building plenty of CDR, so he will have that W up to gold card anybody who gets onto him. But Vid really just needs this peel to be able to carry these fights. However, we have damage sources from, Seagar's Funky Mama, from Heimel, from Vid, from Jobero. Kind of Siren on the Singe support building, full AP.
So at this point, Siren is just enabling the Jobero's Cassiopeia.
Yeah, he doesn't really function as much else. He's gonna go in, flip someone, run around the fight, and hope he gets enough poison procs on everybody to allow Jobero to choose any target he wants. But the side of 63 is lacking that peel that we've talked about, and if we see Big Fat Int able to, burst through somebody, there's not really any peel to be able to compensate for that.
And it is the call to move Alawi to team fights and have Vid actually match Itumbo in the side lane. They're looking to clear out vision around Baron, wondering which team is going to commit to that first.
Yeah, and it looks like 63 is starting to ward up the area, but nobody is quite there, and they're gonna have to leave and give up a lot of that vision. The mid wave crashing again. It looks like Big Fat Int's gonna go ahead and return to that one and give up a little bit of vision over to 63 as they do that, as they move these members over. But Itumbo just constantly in the side lane, kind of a non-factor this game.
Definitely. I mean, if left alone, will just push down a lane and start hitting towers. Darius, not the worst tower taker in the world with the W. But yeah, compared to his lane counterpart, definitely less impact for sure.
Yeah, but Jobero has been chunked out, and 63 going for the fight now. Heimel getting chunked to half health. Siren going in, lands the ground onto B-Pots, but gonna find Maxine. Maxine's gonna be forced to flash away. Itumbo is here now. Siren looking for more. Gonna not find anything, but J Werewolf goes on the Siren, gonna use the ultimate and get out, but now Seagar's Funky Mama getting chunked out. Itumbo, the target of the tentacles, and now this ground comes out. Jobero's on the chase, looking for more, gonna find one on the J Werewolf, gonna find the second one, the Itumbo. Now we see Maxine going back in, Heimel going unstoppable, going for the execute on Maxine, but he's already down for the count. Now Villain Anderson and B-Pots are the last ones on Big Fat Int, trying to save the game, and as Siren comes back, they might just look for this Infernal Dragon.
Yeah, I think so. The fact that fight was extended for so long allowed Jobero to actually pull a reset off mid-fight. You mentioned he was chunked out at the beginning. He comes back with a vengeance.
Ooh, Villanera's gonna get spotted out, and the Destiny coming out to pick one up for Vid. And now that the jungler's down, the Baron might be the move. The True Shot Barrage comes out. No steal option available, but 63 gonna go and take a reset instead.
Really good presence of mind of Vid to catch the jungler there, just securing the dragon 100%, and still down for another 25 seconds, but it doesn't look like they're prioritizing Baron quite that heavily.
Yeah, 63 is very much in control of this game, making a lot of plays, but Big Fat Int putting up a great showing as well. Big Fat Int, controlled a lot of the early game, looking 6-0 at one point, but they just haven't been able to convert that lead into the mid and late game.
Yeah, definitely. It's partially the fact that it's very difficult for Ezreal to get in on the damage dealers. Ground from Miasma and just the poison doesn't have the DPS to take down Cassiopeia without some assistance, and Leona ult has not been finding priority targets in these team fights.
Yeah, so who do you think Maxine needs to target in these team fights for a successful fight for Big Fat Int?
It depends primarily on whether or not Alawi is close or not, because ulting Alawi doesn't really do a whole lot for you, but she's primarily saving the peel so that Ezreal doesn't die. The best case scenario target would be catching Jobero with an ultimate stun and not slow, and being able to follow up on that, because if locked down for too long, Jobero is squishy.
Yeah, Jobero is very squishy.
Will die.
Only has the Lion Injuries, Torment, and Rylai's Crystal Scepter, just a little bit of health for himself. But as soon as you target him, he's going to go down, and with no peel on the side of 63 backslash, it's going to be very easy. But they're pushing in the mid lane turret. They now see that the Baron has been started up. Siren zoning Villananners away. Baron now at 7k health, going very low now. Gonna get grounded by Siren. Siren's doing distraction things at this point. Villananners looking in for the steal. and he's not going to find the Baron. Has been backed off. But Villanier's in trouble. He's going to go down, and Vid's on the side looking for more. Maxine going to beat the next target. J Werewolf goes down the side. Beepot's running away using the Arcane Shift to get away as he can. The Siren might go down here. One more tick and he's gone. But the Baron, it's now in favor of 63. It's going to be a miracle true shot barrage if he can steal this again.
Yeah, I don't see the steal coming in this time. And that fight just showcased what I was talking about. Jobero went basically untouched throughout most of that, and until well,
Ooh, the stopwatch coming out, and Jobero might find Beepot's. Beepot's gonna chunk him out.
So close.
Honestly.
That's a heartbreaker.
That is a heartbreaker for Beepots, but you know, Jobero comes victorious, gonna find the ace for his team as the rest of 63 pushes in the mid lane.
Yeah, and like I was saying, the shield coming out of Seraphs is nothing compared to what this fight is gonna look like when Cassiopeia picks up a Zanya's Hourglass. So if you're Big Fat Int, your time is your time window for winning these team fights is quickly fading.
Yeah, but they go on the Seaguar's Funky Mama. He's stunned up and getting chunked out. Villanier's gonna jump in, but gonna get taken down instead. Seaguar's Funky Mama going low. Not gonna find the dunk on him quite yet, and Itumbo gonna go down instead. He's gonna find the shutdown right before he dies, though. J Werewolf now on the wrong side of this. Imel goes in, the stopwatch comes out, and now Vid not going to finish this one out, but that's a huge wave. That's 2 cannons with the Baron enhanced minions, but they're gonna go and back off of this one.
It just takes so long for Alawi to die in these team fights that while everyone's focusing her, the rest of 63 backslash can do as they please.
Yeah, now 63 just denying so much gold, taking all the jungle cans, taking, pushing in these lanes for Big Fat Int. And it's going to be really hard for Big Fat Int to come back at this point now that they've lost the fight in the Baron.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be difficult, and at this point, it's not like it's undoable, but they are definitely going to have to start playing these team fights differently if they're actually going to have a chance.
Yeah, and they're just targeting the wrong targets. They're looking for the Alawi. They're not able to burst down Jobero, not able to burst down Vid. And now that Jobero has the stopwatch, he's less of a viable target, but Maxine looking to get caught out. Fails the flash. Vid's going to take him down. Siren going in just to hurt him. And Jobero's going to go unstoppable here, picking up a double kill for himself. Flash over from Vid. Gonna find Villananners. And now 3 members of the side of Big Fat Int are down, and the Elder has been started up by 63 backslash. This is going to go down very quickly.
And the clock is just ticking out. You've got TF on 4 items now. Cassiopeia about to pick up her 4th item, and the options that Big Fat Int once had are just not there anymore.
Yeah, it's absolutely not there anymore, and now the inhibitor is the new target. Siren activating the ghost, the zone J Werewolf away. The rest of 63 backslash now looking for more, and it's gonna be
That's Elder Dragon in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, now 63 looking for these Nexus turrets, finds one, find a second one. Maxine's in trouble, gonna slow up Siren but not gonna take him down, and now it looks like a Billionaire is gonna get taken down as well. Bebot trying to save his KDA, do whatever he can. He's gonna not go down, but the Nexus goes over the 63.
It's definitely one of the more interesting team comps I've ever seen win a game.
Yeah,
but props to 63 backslash for making it work. It looked rough in the early game, but they really pulled it together.
Yeah, it was very interesting indeed. But, 63 with the team comp, we're just the better team. Now we see Big Fat Int moving themselves down to 0-5. Might be out of playoff contention, not sure. We might need Silver Hammer stats on that one. But it's going to be really difficult for Big Fat Int to continue the season if they're looking to make playoffs, but it might still be possible. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know enough about gold standings to tell you whether or not it's not possible, but it's definitely, if it is possible, it's definitely going to be difficult.
Yeah, now 63 backslash moving themselves to, a higher place in the standings. I believe at 3-2. Yeah, 3-2, moving up towards the top of the standings, pretty much securing their spot in playoffs. If they lose the next few weeks, then they're obviously out. But they're looking pretty good, throwing this meme game against Big Fat Int, and they're still able to win, has to feel pretty great for 63.
Definitely.
All right, and now we're going to take a break before we move on to our third game of the day, which is going to be, let me look, the Mighty Ducks versus the Golden Crabs, the two great animal teams of Gold Capped, and we'll be right back before we tune in that game. All right, sorry about the wait, viewers, but one of the teams for this series requested a specific game, so I wanted to find that game, and it took me a while, but I finally found it. But we're about to get into our third game of the day, second to last, as the last one is to Return the Millsticks versus Flex Gaming. But let's focus on this one right now, which is going to be the Mighty Ducks versus the Golden Crabs. All right, let's introduce the teams.
Okay, on the blue side, we've got the Mighty Ducks, Dillinger in the top lane playing Mordekaiser, Scrambles in the jungle on Amumu, Eggplants out in the mid lane playing Anivia, and Dirty Audacity and Goosey in the bot lane playing Ashe Blitzcrank.
Yes, and on the red side, we have the Golden Crabs. On top lane, we have SP Pillars on Nautilus. In the jungle, we have Baker Mayfield 6 on Olaf. In the mid lane, we have Warganite on Orianna. In the bot lane, we have Static Senpai and Paladin on Ezreal and Yuumi.
Yeah, the Ezreal Yuumi will be interesting into the new and improved Blitzcrank. Saw a few Blitzcranks earlier today. And I gotta admit, the hook range is intimidating, but Ezreal, as we know, has that E. Looks like we might be gearing up for a 5-man down bot.
Yeah, we'll see if the 5-man happens. Both these teams are on the bot side of the map here, and we'll see if Goosey finds the hook that he needs. Not gonna. He throws it into the tri-bushes, hoping that he finds Static Senpai, but not gonna find anything. It does not look like they're going to commit to this invade either.
I was really excited because I was hoping we would get to see the new Blitz tech where you can pull blue buff from Riverwall.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but maybe Goosey is not quite aware or did not want to commit to that. But it does put
the Blitzcrank in a very risky position. So.
Yeah, it is very risky indeed. But now we see both junglers start onto the bot side of the map. Very interestingly, Scrambles goes leashless and starts as Raptors.
It's not the hardest thing to do with how many procs on your E Raptors give you, and the ability to take Talisman and take a lot less damage overall because of how much you're healing. But it is very odd to see Amumu go leashless. I haven't seen that start in a while.
Yeah, and we could see that he hardly took any damage without using Smite onto those Raptors, so he's going to be pretty healthy for this jungle clear. But let's go and talk about the bot lane as he lands a hook. Static Senpai, is that a flash? He just flashed away, level 1.
Yeah, I guess really respecting, maybe over-respecting the damage coming out from Duck's bot lane early.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Blitzcrank Yuumi matchup. As he can hook Yuumi mid pull, but the ideal thing is that there's no longer 2 bodies to hit for the Blitzcrank. It is just the Ezreal, and once the Ezreal goes, once he pulls the Ezreal, he actually pulls 2 members at the same time. Really helpful, unless Yuumi decides to detach right as Blitzcrank is pulling, which would be somewhat wise, but at the same time, maybe not so wise. But yeah.
It kind of depends. It depends on whether or not Yuumi and Ezreal feel like they're capable of turning it once they get pulled in.
Yeah, so we look at this top lane matchup. We have Dillinger versus SP Pillars, and Dillinger, one of the better top laners in Gold Cap at the moment. He's been playing a lot of these carry top laners or more damage oriented top laners. Seeing the Urgot, seeing now the Mordekaiser, and it's nice to see him back on this because I believe he was on Ornn the other week, and now we see why Ezreal was picked into the Blitzcrank. Or maybe, Blitzcrank into the Ezreal, but that interaction is so favorable for the Ezreal that as soon as he gets hooks, he can channel the Arcane Shift and get away without, having to dodge it or react to it, really.
I just realized I was still watching the stream, and I think Discord's share might have gone down.
I got you. There you go. That fresh Discord share for my boy Legion.
Money.
Yeah, but we just see Static Senpai getting bullied out, and he has to respect Goosey so much because he does not have Flash anymore. But he does have that Arcane Shift, which is going to be, super, super helpful. But as soon as that Arcane Shift goes down, Goosey should play as aggressive as he can.
Definitely. It's kind of like how Zed works in the mid lane. Anytime Shadow is on cooldown, is kind of free reign.
Yeah, he's looking to run up on Stag Senpai here. Something else that Blitzcrank can do is just run up and hit the knockup before throwing out the hook and forcing Stag Senpai to respond immediately, perhaps baiting out the Arcane Shift before he throws out the hook. And I believe that's what Goosey was trying to do there, but could not quite get in range of Static Senpai.
That strategy is significantly more effective once Goosey will have boots.
Wait, he landed a hook onto him, and the Ignite comes down. That's a flash forward, and Stag Senpai is gonna go down for first blood.
I don't know if he was on cooldown or if he didn't have the mana.
Yeah, but Baker
for it.
Mayfield is here now. The Predator has come out, and Goosey's in trouble. Gonna have to flash away, but might just go down to an axe. He's gonna look for it, but not gonna find it. He's in trouble. Dirty Audacity gonna take him down. The TP has come out from Dillinger. Paladin in trouble. Gonna dash over the Stag Senpai, and SP Pillars coming forth with the TP. Gonna have some trouble getting out of this one, and Dillinger's gonna take him down.
Really good presence of mind from Goosey to go for a knock-up there and get his Aftershock proc after the heal left him at 1 HP. Definitely means he gets out for free there, and an early TP, Dillinger much faster on the play than SP Pillars was. Gives Ducks an early advantage, and they might just get this drag for free.
Yeah, the early Cloud Dragon going over to the Mighty Ducks without contest because Baker Mayfield's on the top side of the map. And that will see both top laners resetting and heading up back to the top side. But that TP ended up in a kill for Dillinger and a death for SP Pillars. And that's going to be pretty big. He picks up that Hex-type Revolver. Yes, that's pretty darn good for Mordekaiser on first back because he's going to be able to bully out SP Pillars a lot now. Despite the shield, despite the Null Magic Mantle and the Ruby Crystal, and the Doron shield, he's going to do so much damage.
Yeah, it does pick up the Hextech Revolver plus the basic boots at 6 minutes, no less. He's going to have full control of top lane.
Wait, he lands another hook on the Stag Senpai, not quite understanding the interaction between Arcane Shift and the Blitzcrank pull. But, Stag Senpai might be in trouble in the future if he messes that up, in a big team fight or something.
I think he wasn't expecting Blitz to dead angle that hook around the minion wave so effectively. Blitzcrank's
the shockwave comes
hitbox
out,
is very
forces the
interesting.
flash from Eggplants out. And we see Scrambles counter jungling Baker Mayfield right now as he picks up the blue buff. Gonna secure that one for himself, and Baker Mayfield not gonna find anything. Look how sad he is, just walking to his blue buff, not finding anything, knowing that Scrambles has done the deed.
Or Olaf getting bullied.
Yeah, and now Wargnite going pretty aggressive here. Has already forced the flash from Eggplants out, but Goosey's on the chase. Gonna knock up Stag Senpai, and the Arcane Shift has already been used. The flash comes out, but that might not be enough. Double heal coming out from Yumi, and gonna take that one down. But in the mid lane, Eggplants out, goes into the egg. And now Wargnite not going to have enough damage to finish that one. But that's pretty significant for the Orianna. Now on the other side, Predator comes out. Goosey's in trouble. We see Baker Mayfield running in, putting the axes down, and Goosey's running away. Not going to find anything. But Dirty Audacity's in trouble. Stag Senpai jumps in, going to shut him down. But that's a double kill for Goosey with that big ultimate. And now Scrambles finds Paladin and takes another one for his team.
Yeah, just the amount of pressure able to be absorbed by Duck's bot lane gives them a lot of advantages in that fight, and they end up with 3 kills because of it.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks showing up big in this early game, and this isn't unexpected. Every single game this split, they've showed up huge in the early game, at least on stream. And, the mid game is where they have started to fallen off some. And I am curious to see if they're able to just transition this lead straight up into a win, because it is a big snowball.
And as effective as the E interaction with Blitzcrank's hook is, one thing I was talking about that is actually a little bit of engage in top lane, kind of a wet
little bit
fight.
of engage here, but it's a wet fight up until Baker Mayfield shows up. We see Dillinger pulling SP Pillars into the death realm. The ultimate comes out, not gonna knock him up, but Baker Mayfield's on the chase now. He's 2 levels down on Dillinger, taking a lot of damage. He's gonna have to back off that one. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Stag Senpai jumps in, looking for something, but the stun comes out. He's dodging, he's ducking, not gonna be enough, and Stag Senpai picks up another kill for himself.
Does burn both of Yumi's summoners, combat summoners there, so good, making the best of a bad situation.
Wait, Scramble's just jumping in here. Warg Knight gonna land the shockwave and not gonna have enough damage to take him out.
Yeah, Ward Knight unfortunately out of mana for any follow-up past the shockwave. A W definitely would have probably killed.
Wait, Goosey going in, looking for the hook on the two members of the bot lane. No damage quite there for him yet. The ultimate is available, however. Ooh, SP Pillar's landing some really juicy hooks this game.
Yeah, and what I was saying about the interaction in bot lane is it's kind of nullified once Blitz gets Mobies, especially on top of the Cloud Drake, because he can just run at you and do this.
He forces the Arcane Shift down. Stack Senpai does not have anywhere to go. Paladin now stuck. He's going to stand still, give over the kill to the Ducks bot lane. They're going to BM just a little bit, but he's going to end up going down. A double kill for the bot lane of the Mighty Ducks.
And that's the issue that you run into when Blitz is allowed to get this much movement speed early and run at a team without any consequences, is he doesn't have to rely on a long-range hook. He can just get in with his other CC and the silence, force the Arcane Shift, and then he lands the hook for free because Arcane Shift is really telegraphed.
Yeah, Arcane Shift is really telegraphed, and it feels bad. As you said, once the Mobies are picked up, then the lane just turns completely in favor of the Blitzcrank and Ashe. But it was already in favor of the Ashe Blitzcrank before, so what more could they want?
Right, mechanically it's in favor of Blitzcrank Ashe, but also given the fact that they are 6 and 2 and 9 as a bot lane, doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah, the Predator coming out onto the bot lane. The TP has come up behind them. Dirty Audacity's in trouble. He's going to be left behind by Goosey. Gonna get the shutdown onto him. But the first turret goes over to the Mighty Ducks. They put so much pressure in on the bot side that they're able to take that one at 10 minutes.
Yeah, for first turret, it's worth if you call it in chat.
Yeah, so now we see the dragon being started up by the side of the golden crabs, and that's an early ocean dragon for them. It's gonna feel pretty nice, but the laning is sort of over at this point. The Rift Herald has been dropped in the top lane, TP coming out, but the Rift Herald might just take that one pretty soon. Ooh, Dillinger gonna get hooked up, thrown into the death realm with SP Pillars. The Stack Senpai is here, gonna get engaged on by Scrambles. Scrambles trying to do as much damage as he can. Dillinger not gonna get knocked up. Interesting interaction there. As soon as he went out of the death realm, I guess the ultimate canceled from SP Pillars. That has to feel pretty bad because it's on cooldown now.
All of the abilities used in Death Realm are only relevant in Death Realm, so all channels and that kind of thing end as soon as Death Realm does. Makes it really bad for Karthus when he gets Death Realm and can't ult afterwards.
Oh yeah, that most definitely sucks. But Scramble's on the side here, looking for some pressure, but it looks like he's not going to be able to find anything as the wave is cleared out. Eggplant's out, moving up towards the top side of the map. Gonna have to return to the mid lane now. But the bot lane of the Mighty Ducks is just constantly putting pressure on this bot side. They're grabbing all these jungle camps, pushing in the wave, and Warg Knight is the only one who can defend this.
Definitely just has free reign on this bottom side of the map. They can kind of do what they want to at this point.
Yeah, Goosey and Dirty Audacity sitting in here. They're going to land the stun, land the hook, but he pulled him over. Dirty Audacity going to show up now, and that's the flash, but he's going to go down anyway.
Yeah, that just feels bad. Even if you have the option to get wards in Tribrush, that play is so high percentage.
Yeah, it just feels so good for the Blitzcrank Ashe, because once that arrow lands, that's a guaranteed hook for the Blitzcrank. Ooh, now the Zoomies coming in. That's a very fast Olaf going on the Dirty Audacity. He's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, on the side, Goosey's going to look to find the hook. Wait, he might go down here. Stack Senpai going to go down in return for the kill on the Goosey. And now Eggplant's out on the chase. He has the blue buff available. Scrambles is here, but they're not going to continue the chase.
And that the beginning of that fight with the kill on Ashe is what Baker Mayfield and Paladin need to do pretty much every time, is just pop the CC and vulnerability, get some speed, get Yumi ult going, and just run Ashe down. Because if you let her poke you out with volley or let her land the arrow into Blitzcrank hook, you're suddenly at a man disadvantage and you have few options left.
Yeah, and we see the win condition come out for the side of the Golden Crabs. Despite them falling behind, they still have that Olaf Yuumi option running around the map as a two-man squad, and now they're moving into the top side of the map as Dillinger puts pressure onto that top lane tower.
Yeah, the Yuumi Ezreal lane is it can get really oppressive, but one of the advantages of Ezreal is he can be kind of left to his own devices and let Yuumi attach to Olaf and go around as a duo, wreak havoc pretty much.
Yeah, and now we see both teams starting to group up in the mid lane. Both teams have an adequate amount of wave clear, however, and it's going to be really difficult for either side to just take the tower without a fight. So I fully expect to see a fight break out in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of a matter of time for top lane tower. It feels like there's been so much damage put onto it already. I don't see SP pillars being able to defend it for that much longer.
Yeah, especially with Dillinger having the Proto Belt now. That's a huge power spike for the Mordekaiser. Now just waiting for, just a little bit more before he gets that Liandry's. The SP Pillar's in trouble. He's not going to find the hook, but Goosy's looking for the dive. They find the Demolish proc onto the tower, and they're going to take that one as SP Pillar runs for his life, thrown into the death realm with Dillinger now. And he has nowhere to go, and Dillinger's going to pick up another kill for himself.
That's not fun.
Yeah, meanwhile in the mid lane we see this 3-man squad pushing this in with Baker Mayfield, Stag Senpai, and the TP is coming out, however. Eggplant's out, coming to save the day. Scrambles on the backside, looking for something. But meanwhile in the top lane we see the rest of them pushing this in. There's nobody there to stop them right now.
Yeah, unfortunately Golden Crabs did try to go for like a trade of towers, a trade and push, but as soon as Anivia TP's in and puts out that freezing field, it's that's it for the push. You cannot push into Anivia this early. The siege is not an option you have.
Yeah, now Baker Mayfield might get caught out here. Gonna barely dodge the hook and save his life. And the dragon spawning now in 10 seconds. It's a second ocean dragon. We see Baker Mayfield potentially getting caught out here. The arrow comes out. He's gonna go unstoppable, use that Ragnarok, but that's a huge cooldown now down for this next dragon fight.
And directed camera didn't quite catch it on screen, but in the mid lane, Eggplant's out was forced to burn his flash, so that will not be up for the next engagement.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he has that passive available, but he just might. And now Warg Knight might be in trouble. Gonna get engaged on by Scrambles. Here comes the dive coming out. Curse of the Sad Mummy. Gonna find a lot of members here. Goosey now running for his life. Dillinger gonna force the flash away. But if he finds the hook on the Eggplant's out, we'll see now if he has the egg available, because it's gonna pop. It's gonna go down. And now Yuumi jumps onto Olaf. SP Pill is running for his life. Force the flash away. And now the mid lane tower is the next target for the Mighty Ducks. None of the members of the Golden Crabs are able to respond here. And that's a free tower for the Mighty Ducks. Nope, that's not quite, because they don't have the minion wave for it.
Yeah, the minion wave did happen to go down, and with the backdoor armor, pretty much does not allow for a push this early, even with all 5 members there. They cannot take the tower down. They'll just settle for the Ocean Drake.
The True Shot Barrage comes out early and does not steal the dragon, but takes Scrambles really low, and they're just going to secure that, go ahead and back off. But now they're denying this blue buff from the side of the Golden Crabs. The Golden Crabs now jumping. Ooh. If they landed that Q, they might have just committed to that.
Yeah, they might have. And taking away the blue buff is nice, but especially when it goes onto this Anivia, just free reign to ult pretty much whatever you want. So Mighty Ducks really getting everything they need in this mid game here.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks constantly having a blue buff on Eggplants out is huge in these fights. Just able to throw down that glacial circle wherever they want in the team fight, and constantly being able to wave clear is huge, because that's what Anivia is gated by mana problems. And once you remove those mana problems, she becomes such a strong champion.
So clearing out a bit of vision here, doing the crossing of T's, dotting the I's, but the way back into the game for Golden Crabs, I feel like does really have to come off the back of their mid and jungler. The Olaf Orianna combo, Olaf just kind of running in off the back of the Yuumi, the Shockwave pulling people in, that Wombo combo has to start coming through in some of these team fights if they're going to have a chance, because Mighty Ducks is just so far ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They have the option to be able to do this, but they just aren't, comboing their team fight together. But now it begins. The Nautilus ultimate comes out. He's gonna get hooked in. The SP Pillars now finding Dirty Audacity here. Shockwave lands on two members. Curse of Sad Money now gonna get channeled out. But Baker Mayfield's running at them. He's gonna have to flash away. But the Yumi, now Dillinger getting caught out on the side. Scramble's getting slowed up. And now we see Static Senpai on the side of the fight. Trying to do some damage, trying to make some poke happen, but there's nobody there to wave clear at this point except Wargnite. And Wargnite gonna get forced away by the Glacial ultimate of Eggplant's out. Goosey gonna get chunked out just a little bit. Scramble's gonna zone away Static Senpai until he moves to the other side. The Eggplant's out, gets slowed. But not much is going to come from this, it looks like. The tower is very low. It's one more push from the Mighty Ducks and they'll pick that one up. But we can see the Golden Crabs, if they play aggressively enough, they can force away the members of the Mighty Ducks off of this tower. But they decide to move Baker Mayfield to the red buff instead.
And we saw it in that fight. We saw the combo I was talking about, the Shockwave into the Yumi ult, but there's just not enough damage to back it up. Baker Mayfield doesn't really hit for anything, and because the Shockwave W was already used coming out of Wargnite, there really wasn't any follow-up on that engagement.
Yeah, now we see Dirty Audacity going on the Static Senpai. He's going to get chunked out. The True Shot Barrage does not find its target. Dirty Audacity moves over to the rest of his team.
Yeah, they're just knocking down these towers kind of systematically, it seems like. The side of the Golden Crabs is going to have to find something before all of this standing gold is completely gone. All outer towers finished now. They're just working on cracking the base.
Yeah, and the final step that they need to crack this base is just this Baron. Once they have this Baron, it's going to be really hard for the side of the Golden Crabs to respond. They just don't have enough wave clear to be able to deal with this Baron. Now the Baron is on the eyes of the Mighty Ducks. Goosey moving over, gonna not find the hook on the Static Senpai, but putting down these wards, putting down this pressure, we see all members of Mighty Ducks slowly rotating up towards this Baron area as SP Pillar moves down to the bot side to push out that wave. But now they're running in. The Ragnarok goes out. Dillinger's in trouble, but he's going to throw Wargnite into the Shadow Realm. Save the fight for just a little bit, but Wargnite might be in trouble. The hook might come out from Blitzcrank fairly soon, but the final chapter comes out. Baker Mayfield running in. Not going to find anybody. The Ash Arrow goes wide. Flash forward from Goosey means a flash in return. Baker Mayfield gets jumped in, but that's a huge shockwave now. Baker Mayfield looking for more. The Glacial Storm comes out, and now Dirty Audacity is here. Scrambles on the side looking for more, but Wargnite might get slowed up. The volley does not find its target, and the stun goes on the SP Pillars. He's gonna get slowed up by Glacial Storm, forced to flash away. The Yumi Q comes out, but now it looks like the Mighty Ducks are pushing onto this inhibitor turret. We see Static Senpai on the side, looking for anything, looking for some poke to be able to save this inhibitor, but he's not gonna be able to find it.
Yeah, really good shockwave coming out from that, but once again, there was very little follow-up. There's just not enough damage on the side of the Golden Crabs to make these team fights work for them. A lot of abilities thrown out at the beginning of that, and the first one to finally catch someone was onto the Olaf. And with SP Pillars in the bot lane, there just wasn't enough to lock down a priority target.
Yeah, there just was not enough. Now Goosey sitting and lying in wait, gonna find Wargnite, gonna silence him, and gonna take that kill. And now that one more member is dead of the Golden Crabs, it might just be the Baron for the Mighty Ducks as they start this up.
The Bush of Limited Knowledge.
Yes, the Bush of Limited Knowledge indeed, and they begin this Baron. Goosey zoning away Baker Mayfield as the Baron is started up, now at 5k health. He's not going to look for the steal, however, and Static Senpai forced away. And they're going to not find anything. The Ash Arrow finds Static Senpai. He's going to get stunned up, looking for more. Eggplant's out, moving forward, finds the wall. And he's going to get slowed up, going to get stunned, going to get taken down, and Paladin's in trouble now, has nobody to jump to. That's a double kill for Eggplant's out. And Mighty Ducks might just end the game here. They're moving into the base, looking for that top lane inhibitor turret.
Yeah, definitely bot lane down on the side of the Golden Crabs, Baroned up on all 5. Not really much of a wave to speak of, but they're going to go in anyway.
Toss on the Wargnite, the hook lands, and Wargnite's going to go down.
And key point, Scrambles tanked up just enough tower shots for that ranged minion to stay alive, allowing the inhib tower to go down. Now they've got a fresh wave to play with.
Yeah, they have a fresh wave to play with as Dillinger moves in towards the mid lane. Hook goes wide, but it does not matter. Now the Nautilus ultimate gonna land. He's gonna find the hook on the Dirty Audacity, but he's in trouble. There's not much follow-up from his team. He's gonna go down. He's just not tanky enough. Now Baker Mayfield looking for something. The Yumi is not attached to him, and he's gonna get hooked back in. Final chapter comes out, but that's not enough damage. Nearly Static Senpai and Paladins trying to save the game. They're the last two left as Wargnite comes back up. The Shockwave is available. We'll see what Wargnite can do. They're gonna get hooked in, however, not gonna have
he
the
doesn't even get to
opportunity.
use it.
And
Sad.
now the next goal for the Mighty Ducks as they finish the game. Static Senpai gets thrown into the death realm as the Mighty Ducks finish the game.
Yeah, really just a clean game coming out from the Mighty Ducks. Every member doing exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks slowly converting that early game lead into that late game finish. And that's something that we've really been lacking from the Mighty Ducks. Each of their wins on stream so far have been exceptional comebacks after surmounting a huge early game lead and floundering in the mid game. But now that we can see them against against this team, able to perform like this, able to slowly convert their lead from early game straight into late game very systematically, very slowly, very planned. It's looking good for the Mighty Ducks. All right.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, and we're going to go and take a break before we go into our fourth and final game of the day. It's going to be Return of the Middle Sticks versus Flex Gaming. We'll be right back. All right, hello and welcome back to Fall 2019 GRLCS. Yes, Gold Division week. Is this 5 now? Yeah, we're on week 5 now, and we're moving on to our 4th and final game of the day, which is going to be Return of the Middle Sticks versus Flex Gaming. We're gonna get right into it. You know, we're not gonna wait and introduce the teams or anything, but now that we can see the teams, let's go and start. So on the blue side, we have Flex Gaming. In the top lane, we have Horny Yordle on Dr. Mundo. In the jungle, we have the Alpha Kraga on Nunu and Willump. In the mid lane, we have Flex Echo on Fizz. In the bot lane, we have Kokomo Breezy and Emlove on Silas and Pike.
Yeah, and on the red side, we've got Return of the Middle Sticks, Meristematic in the top lane on Camille, Sieg Stampede in the jungle playing Olaf, Zale 1212 in the mid lane on Corki, and Tall X Guy and Glitter and Gains on AD carry and support playing Caitlyn and Nico.
Yeah, so right off the bat, we see some very interesting, spicy picks in the bot lane. So, yeah, we have the Silas Pike versus the Caitlyn Nico. So what do you think each side needs to do to win?
I think for the most part, the game plan for Return of the Middle Sticks is fairly clear. Do not get hooked under any circumstances. The amount of CC and damage coming out from Silas Pike early, especially with an Ignite on top of it, is very scary, especially for a support like Nico. But the catch options are there for Return of the Middle Sticks as well. Emlove is going to have to be careful not getting hit by a root from Nico into a trap from Caitlyn. And we'll see if there's any shenanigans that can happen with Nico being able to impersonate Caitlyn. Being part of the same lane, it could get interesting.
Yeah, it could get interesting indeed. And now we automatically right off the bat see these two Caitlyns here. Not sure which is which. You know, Emlove and Kokomo Breezy have to be pretty careful. Dude, that's troll as heck. They're both like autoing the CS at the very last second, but it's clear that, you know, who the real Caitlyn is because that's the one finishing off the CS.
You can also see Caitlyn's fleet footwork off of the first auto, so if they were paying really close attention, they would know immediately.
Yeah, but Emlove gonna land a hook on the Glitter and Gains as they move up to level 2. It looks like Glitter and Gains and Tall Guy are gonna hit the level 2 first, gonna be able to bully out the bot lane of Flex Gaming just a little bit. But now we move up to this top lane as we seek the Stampede looking for a gank. They're gonna force the flash from Horny Yordle right off the bat, and he's gonna respect that.
Yeah, Horny Yordle showing an amazing amount of respect for the level 2. If he does get hit by the stun there, it is a lot of damage coming through, so I can understand.
Ooh, they land an excellent hook on the Glitter and Gains. He's going to get stunned up. Kokomo Breezy triggering the Aftershock. The Ignite comes out. The flash forward from onto Glitter and Gains. And now Glitter and Gains trying to get out. But Kokomo Breezy is in trouble. He already used the flash too aggressively to get in, and he's going to go down for first blood. Meanwhile, Tall Guy gets hooked back in, but it does not seem like Emlove will have the options available to take him down. Alpha Kraken goes. Oh, he's going to have to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to not get away from this one. He's going to go down, and that's 2 kills early for the Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, Return of the Middle Sticks winning on all sides of the map here. The bot lane just not having enough damage to finish Nico, and then Silas just overextending himself to try and pick up that kill.
Yeah, it is very interesting, but you know, that's gonna be disaster for the bot lane of Flex Gaming, because this really is a cheese bot lane. They need to be able to find these all-ins, and without that early snowball from, you know, finding that early hook into the kill, it's gonna be really difficult for them to come back. Now that Caitlyn has a kill, we'll probably pick up that BF sword, and meanwhile we see the biggest snowball ever land on the Zale. The barrier comes out, the flash not available anymore because he's gone, and Tall Guy now in trouble. Emlove going forward, Kokomo Breezy getting kited out, walks into the trap however, and Glitter and Gains and Tall Guy gunning him down. Kokomo Breezy forced to retreat back into his tower.
Yeah, that was a really good gank from Nunu coming in. I don't know if it was a call that Zale did not have vision on bot side, but he was up too far in the lane and did not flash before the snowball hit him. So
yeah, now Horny Yordle getting chunked out, gonna be forced to recall and teleport back. But you know, Zale he Is it still the? It's not still the package when he doesn't have his W. I don't know what it is, but he W's right into the biggest snowball ever, and is forced to flash and barrier immediately.
Valkyrie.
But it's too late. The Valkyrie, yeah. He Valkyries right into the biggest snowball ever, and is forced to flash and barrier immediately, and now he doesn't have those summoner spells for the next gank.
And not having those summoner spells against Fizz is actually really dangerous. If Fizz lands Shark, especially like range 2 or range 3 Shark out in the open, Zale can definitely just die. The Shark will interrupt the Valkyrie because it is a dash if it's not used immediately, and Fizz has a lot of options to just get in on that.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting moving forward because without the summoner spells from Zale, as we said, Echo has a lot of options, especially as he approaches level 6 very carefully, sitting on that Amplifying Tome in the Ruby Crystal. If Zale doesn't respect Echo's, ability to output that burst damage, he might just go down, and he's going to use the Valkyrie, try to get away, going to get knocked up by biggest snowball ever, but they spot out Seek the Stampede, looking for a counter gank.
Yeah, and unfortunately Fizz not level 6, so you can't follow up on that snowball landing. And in going back to the bot lane matchup, just a bit of trading here in the mid lane. Yeah, going back to that bot lane matchup, it's not going to be impossible at level 6 for Sylas and Pyke to come back, mostly because if Pyke steals Pop Blossom and returns it with his AP ratios, it will get probably at least one, if not both members low enough for Pyke ult to clean up. Caitlyn ult less effective in this scenario than the Pyke ult and the Sylas ult on the other side. So at level 6 they have options, but if they drop one more time to a jungle gank or a 2v2 kill, then it's probably curtains for the bot lane of Flex Gaming.
Yeah, and typically Coco Mabrizi, playing onto, the Xayah, playing on these traditional ADCs, seeing the Sylas from him is really interesting, and I'm curious to see how the bot lane synergy holds up when it's a Sylas instead of traditional ADC. But MLev typically on these playmaking supports has played, the Alistar in the past, now the Pyke. Looking for a lot of these big playmakers is going to be really effective once he has the Sylas by his side.
And I am slightly concerned for Flex Gaming's lack of physical damage. Pyke obviously bringing out a lot of single target physical damage and a lot of burst coming out, especially from his ult and the execute that it provides. But
Marismatic goes on, throws him into the prison, and Seek the Stampede gonna pick that up very quickly, and that's such a good gank setup for Marismatic.
Yeah, Camille just has honestly ridiculous gank assist, and that was really clean from Marismatic hitting the stun. I don't think Yordle saw it coming.
Echo has roamed here and finds the knock up on the tall guy. Tall guy gonna go down, and Glittering gains his next target. Flash forward in the hook. He's gonna flash away, but not gonna find anything, and the Ignite gonna go down as well.
Yeah, Echo, really good roam on his part, beating out Corki on the play there, and does pick up the kill for himself.
Yeah, and now MLev roaming up towards Zale. The Cloud Dragon is available, might be the option for side Flex Gaming, playing this early game really excellently, but so much of the lead is in the top lane, focusing down Horny Yordle on the Mundo, Seek the Stampede just coming up and just taking him down after so many great trades from Marismatic is going to be huge moving forward in this game.
And we've seen Marismatic prioritize the Executioners immediately into Mundo. He wants to keep pushing this advantage in lane.
Yeah, now the big snowball ever looking for the mid lane, gonna maneuver around the wall but not find anything. He does the drive-by, but he's coming back around, finds Seeks the Stampede in the bush, waiting, lying in wait, and the Ragnarok comes out and picks up another kill for himself, now 3-0 on the Olaf.
Yeah, that's part of the Olaf matchup, is you can just eat the greatest snowball ever, just pop ult and run straight through it. So it doesn't leave Alpha Cracker with a lot of options behind channeling the Absolute Zero and not doing quite enough damage to bring anything, especially with Echo. I don't think he actually had Shark up. I think it just came up recently, so wasn't able to help out on that play.
Yeah, now we see both bot lanes approaching level 6, as you said, and they're going to start having options. But Zale going to get engaged on. Echo has the Shark available. They're not gonna use that Chum the Waters quite yet. Yeah, once MLove hits level 6, I fully expect a fight to break out pretty immediately. But hold on, Chum the Waters comes out on the Zale. That's a lot of damage, and they're looking for more, but the barrier comes out. Now the Rocket's not gonna do enough damage, but forces the flash and barrier from Zale.
Both summoners down mid again. I would like to see return ganks mid. Alpha Kraka has already spent quite a bit of time in mid lane, but now that both summoners are down, he should find a lot of success.
Yeah, he goes on Kokomo Breezy, finds the Pop Blossom, Glittering Gains, returning with the Pop Blossom, but MLove goes on the Tall Guy, stuns him out. The TB comes out. Kokomo Breezy's in trouble, but he's healing a lot. Gonna get rooted up and taken down. Now Mayor Stamak looking for more, and MLove is in trouble. Nobody else is there from his team to help him. Misses the deaths from below, and that's a double kill for Tall Guy.
It's so hard to see that because MLove and Kokomo Breezy had Glitter and Gains dead to rights if they had gone on the same target, but a miscommunication as Kokomo Breezy goes onto Glitter and Gains, and MLove actually targets Tall Guy.
Yeah, and now we see the Dragon going over to the side of Return of the Mill Stakes. They're starting to make these big plays as Flex Gaming is starting to just flounder a little bit, especially in the bot lane. They're trying to find these 2v2s that look favorable, but as you said, from the miscommunication, it's just so difficult for them to execute both targets. They have to choose one and then go on the other. The depths from below, you know, just not... Is that... Yeah, the death from below. I've been saying it wrong this entire time, but the flash force from Horny Yordle gonna get slowed up. But we have a lot of viable gank options across the map now. Zale gonna get knocked up by the Chum the Waters. Ignite comes out. He has no options available. Gonna get jumped on, and Flex Echo gonna pick up that one for himself.
Yep, Zale did not have mana for Valkyrie, and as we said, Echo had already burned both of the defensive summoners off of Zale earlier, so that's a free kill for Fizz.
But now the Ragnarok is here. He has the jump available, but the Troll Pole will not be enough as he dives, but he might pick up the kill on the Seek the Stampede. We'll see it, and that's the shutdown on the Seek the Stampede.
It's a good flash to avoid the axe and not get taken down immediately. That re-engage with the Q does allow him to pick up the kill with the help of the tower.
Yeah, but the biggest snowball capper coming in for the gank. Glitter and Gains is in trouble. Lands the Pop Blossom, but only finds the jungler of Flex Gaming, and now he gets rooted up. Absolute Zero coming out, but that's a huge pile of toxic waste. Picking up Glitter and Gains, flash away from Tall Guy. Gonna get hooked up, however. The ace in the hole comes out, but it's not gonna be enough damage. The death from below is available, but Zale is here. The ace in the hole comes out and picks up that one. And now Zale finds Kokomo Breezy. Gonna go on to Zale, however, looking for more. Triggers the aftershock, but not going to be able to finish that one off. He's gonna go down.
It's just such slight misplays that are keeping Flex Gaming's bot lane down. If Kokomo Breezy had stolen the ult and then used any other spells plus an auto attack into the ultimate, they might have been able to take Tall Guy down there, but instead he steals the ultimate and instantly uses it, doesn't bring enough damage, and then they go under tower for the kill that they can't get.
Yeah, now the TB coming out from Kokomo Breezy. Echoes on the side, finds two members, lands the Chum the Waters on the Tall Guy. He's gonna go down. That's the shutdown, and now Zale's in trouble. Lands the Valkyrie, looking for more, but now MLove is here, has the Death from below available. He's gonna look for it right here, finds it, finds the shutdown, and now Glitter and Gains the last one left in the bot lane. Now we see Seed the Stampede catching out Horny Yordle. It has the ultimate available. The Ragnarok triggers. He does not have flash. Keep this in mind as we go for the dive. Horny Yordle healing up, but now we see the counter gank happening. The Alpha Kraka is here. Does not land the biggest snowball ever, but it does not matter. He's going to take down Seek the Stampede.
Yeah, despite Meristematic having grievous wounds, Olaf definitely does not, and as he goes for that dive, Horny Yordle just pops ult and kites him out, waits for his jungler to come assist him.
Yeah, now we see Flex Gaming fighting back. They're making plays on the bot side of the map, on the top side of the map, and really starting to win this one out. The gold lead is almost equalized at this point as we see Tall Guy return back to lane. Glitter and Gains might be looking for the root here.
Yeah, and a lot of that gold is coming off of the infusion that came into the bot lane. Off of that play, Pyke got an ult off, and that which affected multiple members, so they all get their cut. I believe if we mouse over Death from below, we actually get a view on how much it is given. Yeah, that's 300 and 300, so almost a little over 1,000 gold heading into that bot lane who really needed it.
Yeah, now we see Alpha Kraka crossing over to the other part of the map. Now, the bot lane tower is exceptionally low and the Rift Herald is available. If Flex Gaming decide to just drop the Rift Herald bot or just make a play bot, they could take that very easily. Now we see the biggest snowball ever being channeled. Tall Guy and Glitter and Games don't see this until just now. They're in trouble now. Tall Guy gets knocked up. Now the Pop Blossom coming out. That's a double Pop Blossom. And Glitter and Games gonna take a tower shot. The Absolute Zero comes out. But ooh, that's a lot of damage coming out. Alpha Cracker looking for more. Trying to execute Tall Guy, but he's kiting him so excellently. Forcing the flash. And now the Death from below is gonna find him. Tall Guy goes down. Zale's here to try to save the game. But now we see the hook come out. Takes a turret shot. And Echo is here. Does not find the Death from below. But Echo's looking for more. The Chum the Waters is not available, and Zale's gonna get... What? Zale lives on that one, and Echo goes down.
That's rough. Echo felt like he needed to make a play there to make up for what happened in the bot lane, but overextends himself a little bit too much.
Yeah, but now M-Love's getting dove by two members. Hooks and Seek the Stampede might take the kill. He's gonna go down. M-Love's on a killing spree, and now Mayor Samac is in trouble. Takes another turret shot. The Death from below is not available, however. He's gonna die. He's gonna take a turret shot, but it's not gonna be enough. M-Love has the W available to be able to heal, but Horny Yule takes the first turret of the game as Mayor Samac leaves. Now they're looking for more. The Death from below is not available. Glitter and Games is here. Misses the hook. Gets rooted. And M-Love is going to look to run away. But he's going to get slowed up and taken down by Mayor Samac pretty soon. But he has his cooldowns back up now. He could get away. But oh my goodness. The Piltover Pacemaker from Tall Guy gonna take him down, but the TP has come out. Horny Yordle is here. The biggest snowball ever knocks up the clone of Glitter and Games, but they don't realize that until just now. The Pop Blossom comes down. Glitter and Games finds two members, and now Kokomo Breezy is in trouble. He's gonna go down. Trump the Waters on the Zale, and Zale's the next target. He's gonna go down. Tall Guy on the chase, trying to kite this one away, but Seeking Stampede is here. The Ragnarok is finally available, coming up very soon, and Horny Yordle about to go down, and he does not have the ultimate available. Gonna take the ace in the hole for his jungler. He's gonna go down. Now the Absolute Zero doing so much damage. The Troll Pole coming out. Mayor Samac gonna barely live, and the Alpha Crack is gonna get taken down, and that's practically an ace for the side return of the Middle Sticks.
I think that fight lasted 2.5 minutes, if you want to call it all one fight. They just did not stop until there were no resources left on either side to be used. But it does result in the Ocean Dragon being taken by Return of the Middle Sticks. A side effect of Meristematic spending so much time down here is...
Wait, hold on. He might get caught out by M-Love. The Death from below is available. He's going to take him down.
That is... Yep. And as I was saying, as a side effect of Meristematic spending so much time pressuring down here on the bot side is Flex Gaming was able to take the first tower in the top lane. But these teams seem really evenly matched, and they don't feel like they want to stop or slow down, either of them.
Yeah, neither team wants to slow down at all, looking to make these proactive plays and go for these turrets, and looks like the second turret of the game is going to go down. Bot Blossom has been stolen by Kokomo Breezy, but it looks like Tall Guy's able to clear the wave. Twin Shadows comes out, and they're both going to get slowed. The root comes out on the Kokomo Breezy, and he has the flash available, going to flash away from the Pop Blossom, but there is the flash. That's really significant as the Rift Herald's being dropped in the mid lane. We see both junglers here as they move towards where she's going on the minion wave.
Yeah, if a wave is still present in lane and within attack range, it is now what the Rift Herald prioritizes. You really have to do some more prep and setup for Rift Herald to be effective, and that Rift Herald doesn't even get charge off, which is unfortunate for Flex Gaming.
Yeah, Flex Gaming, you know, not able to use one of the only objectives they have gotten this game other than the tower. And that really sucks for them. They're losing all these dragons. They trade the Rift Herald, but they're not able to find it. And now it looks like the bot lane tower is being pressured really hard. Kokomo Breezy is low, and the biggest snowball ever gonna flounder. Ragnarok comes out, and they're looking for the Alpha Cracker. He's gonna get slowed up by the axe. The Absolute Zero comes out, but then it's not gonna be enough damage. And now that's gonna be a shutdown for Seeking Stampede. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see Echo going on the Zale, but he's way too low. Narasmack on the top lane has the Executioner's Calling. Gonna not be able to reduce the healing of Horny Yordle that much, and Horny Yordle looking for the solo kill. It's one more briefcase, and he's gonna find it.
Yeah, Meristematic taking a A little bit too long of a trade there. The early.
Wait, that's a flash forward from Tall Guy, and he's not gonna find it.
Oh, that was
oh
actually
my
really
goodness!
close.
If he landed the net right there, that would have been the kill for him. But he barely misses the net.
Yeah, definitely. I respect the play. Honestly, that was really close to landing, and it would have been such a sick moment.
Yeah, it would have been exceptionally sick, but you know, Tall Guy 11-3 on this Caitlyn, definitely nothing to laugh at. And moving forward in this game, now sitting on the Infinity Edge and the Rapid Fire Cannon, finishing off his Cole, and now picks up the Executioner's calling for himself, is going to be quite the menace in these team fights.
Yeah, the Silas pick in bot lane definitely memey, but hasn't really accomplished what I feel like Flex wanted it to accomplish this game. I feel like they could have done the same thing that they have been doing this game with the traditional ADC. I don't know what led to this in pick and ban. Particularly,
yeah, but the biggest snowball ever, not gonna find anybody. He's gonna get rooted up actually, and Tall Guy's gonna get slowed down. And now we see Zale matching Kokomo Breezy in the side lane, and the tower might just go down. I'm not sure if there's enough wave clear from Zale to be able to hold this one, and yeah, he's gonna take the tower for himself.
That's good gold for Silas, who is 0-5-5, has only picked up assists and the CS that he's been able to grab.
He forces the package away from Zale, however, really excellently played, and now they don't have that engage tool, but do they really need it? They have the Ragnarok, they have the Camille Hextech Ultimatum available to lock down any target that they want. But which target do they choose?
I feel like if you're not going for Caitlyn as a priority target, you're resigning yourself to a lost team fight. 11-3-3, Caitlyn almost at 3 items. Definitely the scariest thing on the map right now.
Yeah, there is that clear target of the Caitlyn on the side of Flex Gaming, but for Return of the Mill Sticks, really, each of the... Ooh, this team fight's so scattered, and they find the Chumber Wires on the Tall Guy. The guy comes down, and he's gonna go down. He's gonna get the shutdown onto him. Now the Ragnarok coming back. Absolute Zero being channeled, and that's a huge one. That's a double kill for Emlove, and now they're being pushed back into the tower. The hook lands. Zale forced to flash away with the barrier, and now we see Flex Gaming moving on to this mid lane turret. The death from below is still available. They might just look for the dive.
Yeah, that was a fantastic catch on the side of Echo.
And now they move forward, find the death from below on the Maris Mac, but Emla's gonna go down, find the shutdown onto him from Zale, and Zale cannot hold this one. But there's a ton of gold going over to the team of Flex Gaming, just off of from the death below. We can look at it right now. That's 1420 and 1720.
Yeah, that is 3,000 gold generated exclusively from Pike ult, which is just so impactful in a game like this. And they do pick up the Cloud Drake here for free, no contest on that one. It was a really good pick from Echo on Tall Guy that started that fight off. Completely removed the damage coming out from Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yes, and that's exactly what we need to see from Flex Gaming. They have to get on Tall Guy at the beginning of these fights, or they're immediately gonna lose. And Tall Guy is the strongest member of his team by far. If he's even alive for half the fight, he could just solo carry it for his team. And it's so difficult for his team to be able to peel for him, since, you know, there's not really any peel champions. They're all engaged champions, and leaving Tall Guy by himself, you know, if Tall Guy slightly mispositions, then Echo capitalizes on that, and an excellent capitalization from Echo means that they won the team fight.
Now, both teams going to be looking towards Baron. I actually kind of favor Flex's comp in a Baron fight situation. You've got Mundo able to run around, basically unkillable at this point unless multiple members are devoting all resources to him. You've got the AoE coming out from Absolute Zero, and in Baron fights with Fog of War and Vision Control, Fizz just thrives at finding priority targets like Tall Guy.
Yeah, and Tall Guy not doing the best job positioning, so it's going to be really easy for Echo to find this. However, there are other members on the side of Flex Gaming who can engage on the Tall Guy, but Echo, you know, just finding the best engage the last fight, and we can't stress this enough how important it is to kill Tall Guy at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, the vision for Baron, there is still a ward in the pit from Return of the Middle Sticks, but for the surrounding visions, actually being controlled fairly well by Flex Gaming. They're just choking out the resources on the map for Return of the Middle Sticks in all 3 lanes. Looks like they're starting to gear up for that objective.
Yeah, it really looks like they are starting to gear up for that objective. And once they take the Baron, then they have a lot of control, especially in the side. Wait, the whole X-Tech ultimate goes on this tall guy. He's stuck in there. And now the stopwatch comes out. The Plot Blossom finds a member, but Glitter and Gain's going to barely dodge the deaths from below. He's going to go down anyway, though. Now we see another member go down, Kokomo Breezy, and now Echo caught up by the Hextech ultimatum. Alpha Kraka and Mlove are the only ones here. Now Seeking Stampede on the chase. They're looking for more. Mlove gonna get stunned up by Maris Demac, who's gonna he's gonna tank up the ace in the hole for his support. And now Zale and the Horny Yordle duking out in the top lane. Horny Yordle looking for the dive here. There's no Executioners calling on Zale, and he's going to take him down. However, the rest of Return of the Millsticks are on the chase. Horny Yordle is healing up. We'll see what he can do, but that's 3 members of Return of the Millsticks, and that's not where you want to be.
Mundo really does go where he pleases, and where he pleased was to dive and trade 1-for-1 for Corki.
You know, and you have to wonder, is it worth it to be able to take down that Corki? But maybe
I mean, if we're gonna parse what is and is not worth, I'm just baffled by that engage choice by Kokomo Breezy. You didn't have enough team around you to properly follow that up. It wouldn't have mattered so much if Fizz was the member who was closest instead of Nunu, because then that catch onto Caitlyn would have probably resulted in her death. But just an overextension that I feel like probably wasn't necessary.
Yeah, it definitely was not necessary. Now, the biggest snowball ever, moving on to this Raptors camp, but he's going to find all the members of the enemy team, going to be forced to flash away, but the package comes out. Alpha Track is in trouble, and he's going to go down. Chum the Waters finds Zale. Death from below going to execute him here, and now they're looking for more. Now, oh my goodness, Flex Echo gets assassinated, or just immediately executed. Now, Death from below finding a double kill. Horny Yordle's on the backside, though. Now, we see Maris Demac here. He has the TP, going to almost take down Kokomo Breezy, but he's going to go golden, looking for the stun, and Mlove's gonna find it. And now he has the Death from below, gonna take him down, but he's stuck in the Hextech ultimatum for just a little bit as the Pop Blossom goes out in the mid lane. Horny Yordle's in trouble. The Executioner's calling is available for Tall Guy, and he's thwarting a lot of that damage. And Evla's on the side, deciding not to peel his top laner quite yet, because that's exactly what's gonna happen to him. And Tall Guy gets the shutdown.
68 on that crit to take down Mlove there. Definitely wasn't seeing that coming. And you can see the triple Executioner's calling coming out from the side of Return of the Middle Sticks, making Horny Yordle very ineffective in these team fights. It's so difficult for him to actually get anything done with his healing being cut to that degree.
Yeah, and Horny Yordle just like they're putting a lot of respect on the Horny Yordle, despite him not being able to do a lot in these fights, and that's partly due to the Executioner's calling. But Horny Yordle isn't really necessarily there for a lot of these fights. He's mostly in the side lane pressuring, and just in that last fight, he was able to kited the flank, but he got kited away really excellently from Glitter and Gains and Tall Guy. And with that Executioner's calling, they were able to hold him off long enough to just be able to, force him away.
Yeah, 14, 4, and 7, 3 finished items plus the Executioners. I'm sorry, that's a mortal reminder now. Just absolutely massive on this Caitlyn. And any front-to-back team fight in which she gets peel, or at least does not get assassinated, is definitely going to go in Return of the Middle Six's favor.
Yeah, the problem is Flex Gaming has so many of those options available to be able to assassinate Tall Guy. He has positioned so well. And Horny Yordle and Alpha Kraka. Oh, Mlove? No, not gonna find the Valkyrie. Gonna let Zale get away with his life. But the Chum the Waters comes out. He's not gonna find Tall Guy. And that's a huge ultimate now on cooldown.
Zoning Shark.
Yeah, it's a zoning shark. Now the Ragnarok comes out. Kokomo Breezy's in trouble. He has a Ragnarok available. He's gonna try to use it and get out, but now the Ace and Hole comes out, gonna execute him. But now the goal, he's gonna go golden, but it's not gonna save him for long. Absolute Zero comes out, only finds Seeking Stampede, and Horny Yordle's here. But as we said, the triple Executioner's calling, gonna cut his healing so much. Pop Blossom comes out, Echo goes golden. He's gonna go down, and now it looks like Return of the Mill Six is just cleaning house. Horny Yordle and Emma being forced away, but he's gonna get slowed up by the Twin Shadow. shadows and now gonna get stunned. Mlove is here, has the GA available, gonna find the kill on the Zale, but he's now in trouble, gonna get rooted up, looking to get away, and he just might. Maristamag not able to find the stun onto him, and the hook not going to land, and now the Yuma's being triggered means that he's gonna get away from it with his life.
Yeah, Flex Gaming is kind of just trickling into these fights one by one, and because they're not presenting a united front off of that catch, or just calling it quits on that fight and letting Alpha Kraka and Kokomo Breezy die, means that they're going to lose a lot of their map for this.
Yeah, now the biggest snowball coming in. Maristamag in trouble, but he's gonna go ahead and get out from this one as Kokomo Breezy looks for the re-engage. They're not gonna find it as Tall Guy kites them away, and they start to move towards the Baron.
Yeah, they will have some vision to clear out, so Flex will know when it is at least cleared and potentially started up. But with Caitlyn in such a strong position and the way Flex has been playing these fights, this Baron is becoming a very real possibility for Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, now the gold is pretty much dead even, but it feels like so much of the momentum is in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks because of that last fight. They weren't able to get on Tall Guy. Once they execute Tall Guy, that's a one fight for them, but it's so hard for them to find that if they're not looking for it. Kokomo Breezy's in trouble now, gonna try to take the blast cone over, but gonna get taken down instead. Twin Shadows comes out. He finds Maristamag on the side, but now it looks like Return of the Mill Sticks start to get Baron control.
Yeah, it's just a little too disrespectful from Kokomo Breezy being over on that side of the Baron pit. You don't know exactly where all of the members are. You have to assume they're around Baron because you're around Baron, and not being able to hop the wall on time is really rough for him.
Yeah, it is really rough, but they're not going to capitalize while he's down. Kokomo Breezy really trying his best to make the Silas pick work, playing so aggressively and forcing these plays, but just not working out for him.
Definitely, and I'm actually kind of confused by this call to back off. 4v5, when your AD carry is this powerful, I feel like if you don't take the Baron, you at least start the Baron and force them to engage on you, because that's a pretty easy team fight to win in that position.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They need to force these front-to-back team fights systematically, and one of the best ways to do that is to group around an objective and force them to run at you, and then you have the position. You know they're going to fight you. You can get in position for that front-to-back and allow Tall Guy to just output damage like crazy the entire fight.
Yeah, I want to see what Flex Gaming choose to change about the way they're approaching these team fights, because it doesn't seem to me like Tall Guy is positioning as disrespectfully as he was earlier. He's cleaned that up quite a bit, and he has so many has so much power in his front-loaded auto attack with the rapid fire cannon that he can kind of zone off anybody who gets close to him to begin with. So it's kind of an all or nothing commit at this point.
Yeah, and now it looks like Return of the Mill Sticks is about to start the Baron. It has been started up, but we see all members of Flex Gaming starting to converge. But the Alpha Crack is in the bot lane. What are you doing? He's in the bot lane. There's no way to contest this. And now Horny Yordle running in. The Baron has been secured for Return of the Mill Sticks, but they're in trouble. They're trying to force his fight. The Pop Awesome comes out. He finds Glitter and gains, goes golden, but he's going to go down in return. Tall Guy left unchecked this fight means that he's going to be putting a lot of damage out. Alpha Cracker throws out the absolute zero on the Maristamag, trying to execute him at this point, but not going to find him quite yet. He's going to jump away, but find the shutdown onto him. And Love eats the ace in the hole, but Zale's going to go down pretty soon. He's going to get rooted up and almost taken down. Going to take the blast cone over right into M-Love's arms. Going to take him down, but Horny Yorl now looking for Tall Guy, but Tall Guy's going to live. He's going to take him down. And now Alpha Crack is on the chase, not going to find anything, and that's a one fight for now for Return of the Mill Sticks before Alpha Cracker comes in, looking for the biggest snowball ever on the Tall Guy. He's in trouble. He has nowhere to go. He does not have any Thunder spells available. Going to run into the wall, and that's the shutdown for the Alpha Cracker.
Honestly, I'm very impressed with how Flex Gaming handled the post-Baron fight there. It could have gone much worse. When Alpha Kraka showed in the bot lane, that was an immediate signal for ROTM to go onto the Baron. Because jungler showed bot, there's no consume or smite in the area. And the fact that they were able to get 4 kills off the back end of it to remove those Baron buffs from Return of the Middlesticks is really impactful.
Yeah, but now he's in trouble. The Pop Awesome goes out, the Alpha Kraken trying to heal as much as he can. Gonna eat the Scuttle, but not gonna be enough. Echo's here now. Zale's the last one left with the Baron buff. If he goes down, there's no more Barons for the side of Return of the Middlesticks. But now the Infernal Dragon is the next goal. The Alpha Kraken is down. They cannot be a large contest here because it's gonna be a 4v5. It looks like Flex should just give this away, but they're still posturing around the Dragon as if they're gonna contest. I'm curious to see what they do here. And now they look to go in as Coco Mabrizi goes on to the jungle of the enemy team. They're gonna execute him. Death Below takes him down. And now the flash forward from MLove. Gonna look for more. The Dragon is secured by Flex Gaming, and now they start to push back Return of the Middlesticks. The Yumus comes out from Zale, looking for Glitter and Gains. Death from Below gonna pick that one up as well. Now Coco Mabrizi moving forward, not gonna be able to heal off of that one, and he's gonna go down. Tall Guy now in trouble. Echo himself is now in trouble. There's some peel for Tall Guy, and that means he's gonna be putting out a lot of damage. The blue buff now the next target for Flex Gaming as they back away.
Yeah, really good engage there from Kokomo Breezy onto Sieg the Stampede. Does get the Dragon secured. A little bit risky for RTM to be going for that Dragon with Tall Guy on another part of the map. Made it really a no-brainer call for Flex Gaming to contest that and take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Zale pushing in the mid lane with that Baron buff with no support. You know, we have to give MLove some praise here on this Pyke. Like, he is
absolutely
playing exceptionally, carrying his bot laner Coco Mabrizi through this game. He wants this victory so badly, and he's playing it so exceptionally well.
No, the amount of times I've seen the back end of the fight, MLove just solo out Meristematic with the combo with his ult still up is really just impressive.
Yeah, and now the Horny Yordle in trouble, starting to get slowed down, but he's looking to turn this one. Ragnarok has been triggered. Biggest snowball ever goes in the wall, but Glitter and Gates is in trouble. He's gonna go down, and Flex Echo picks that one up. Meristematic on the side now, and he might go down pretty soon. That from below gonna pick that one up, and now MLove dashes away. Tall Guy is still alive though, and that means he has the potential to turn this fight. The biggest snowball ever moves forward as Zale is in trouble. He's gonna get hooked back into his team. The Valkyrie comes out, but Coco Mabrizi looks for the dive. He's gonna go to golden as the rest of his team comes in. Echo now tanking. Now Coco Mabrizi is gonna get taken down as MLove moves forward. What are you doing? He rocks right into the Tall Guy's auto attacks, and he's gonna get shut down.
Yeah, they were really feeling themselves there. They took a really good fight at the start of it, and then overextended with it into mid lane.
Wait, the Chum to Waters goes on the Tall Guy, but Flex Echo straight trolling right now as he goes golden. He's gonna look for more on the Tall Guy, not gonna find it. Now Tall Guy's the next target for the now Horny Yordle and Tall Guy duking it out. He's gonna go down, find the shutdown. Horny Yordle is here. I don't think any of these members have Executioners calling, so Horny Yordle's just gonna be a menace. Look at this. He's gonna 1v3 this, looking for Seek the Stampede. That's one more briefcase. He's looking for it, not gonna find it. Walking through the minion way, gonna get slowed up by Glitter and Gains, and there's the peel. He's gonna start running away now, looking to get away. Healing comes forward, and he's gonna look golden for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we're getting to a point I noticed at the post Baron fight where Executioners is just not able to keep up with the amount of healing Mundo puts out. The 50% debuff doesn't seem to matter unless there are more than one or two members of RTM on him. He just remains at full health and is really able to just kind of walk around the fight with impunity.
Yeah, and now we see the Baron coming up in 40 seconds, the Elder Dragon coming up in a minute 30, and these teams have to find something. They have to find any little advantage that they can get, looking for picks, looking for, you know, just vision control, because this game is down to the thread. Each team just finding one pick could honestly decide the game as the Baron is coming up.
Definitely. Package online for Corki. Vision control currently in pit resides with Return of the Middlesticks. No control wards in inventory except on Glitter and Gains.
The problem is that Flex Gaming has the position on the Baron right now as the Baron is being spawned, but they do not know that that ward is in the back of the pit. The package is available. They might look for the engage here. The GA is available for See the Stampede now. Biggest snowball ever being channeled. They're looking for something. They find Zale. They're going to knock him up, but the clone of Glittering Game's going to deter them for just a little bit. Echo finds the Chum the Waters on the Zale. Zale's caught on the backside. Blossom now going to be triggered as Horny Yule runs in and gets mowed down. That's one member down to Flex Gaming, and now looks like the Alpha Kraken's the next target. Flex Echo jumps in looking to execute on the tall guy, but not going to find it, and this is such a bad fight for Flex Gaming. They're running away as fast as they can, but they're not going to be able to win this game if they get picked off like that.
Yeah, it was a really nice flash by Tall Guy to avoid the hit of Echo's E when he did go in for him, but that was just... Kokomo Breezy going in, trying to pick up Glitter and Gains on the backside, will fall to Zale. No, that was just basically
wait, what are you doing? Alpha Kraken goes in with the biggest snowball ever, but he runs right into the enemy team. Absolute Zero being channeled, but it does not matter. He's gonna go down as the rest of Return of the Middle Six pushes in this mid lane. Now the mid lane inhibitor turret is gonna go down very soon. That's so low, and that's just 2 autos away. And now we see if Return of the Middle Six decides to go for the end. Adlove is the only member up. Horny Yule and Echo coming up soon, but the death from below is available. They might be able to turn this one 3v4 at this point, but the Ragnarok comes out. Echo's gonna get executed pretty immediately. Horny Yule gonna get cut down. Ace in the hole gonna pick that one up. And now Adlove's the last one left. GA comes out, but it will not be enough. Gonna spawn right onto that trap, and that's gonna be a headshot from Tall Guy. Gonna chunk him out, and that's gonna be the game for Return of the Middle Stakes.
Yeah, really close game all the way down to the end of the series. You can see it in the gold graph. So cleanly.
Yeah, it was such a clean like ending from Return of the Middle Stakes. They're finding pick after pick after Flex Gaming fighting with all they can, finding these picks, but in the end Kokomo Breezy was way too hard to carry with that silence. I don't know what the intention of that pick was, but he just did not seem comfortable on it at all.
Yeah, definitely a head scratcher on that one, but good games to Flex and Return of the Middle Stakes. One of the more exciting gold games I've watched recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Return of the Middle Stakes moving to 2 and 3, as I believe Flex Gaming moves to 1 and 4 towards the bottom of the standings. But since that's our last game of the day, it is giveaway time because I just remembered. So I think I'm supposed to do this randomly, but first person to message in the chat wins the giveaway. It's a $5 RP card. And we're waiting. It says there's 12 viewers here. I'm waiting for anybody to do this. We can wait all day.
I could totally cheat right now, but I'm not going to. That's not fair.
Yeah, you could totally cheat. And Scrambles is the winner of the giveaway. Congratulations to Scrambles. And he says, "Gimme stuffs, and you will receive if you ask." And I believe Glitter and Gains is the the person for this giveaway. So I will go ahead and message Glitter and Gains, and we will get that $5 RP card to you, Scrambles. Congratulations for watching the stream to the end. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream today, and a very exciting week 5 for Goldcap as we move forward to week 6. And that's going to be it. I'm Darren Markhame's win here with Cosmic Flow's own Legion, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, thanks guys.